Yo, this is the Black Room Experience, B.L.A.C.C. Room, Black Lad, the Asian Caucasian Conversation. And man, I got a dude in here that is well versed on a lot of things. I've been knowing this guy for years. You know, we used to work together and all that shit and multiple different jobs, you know what I mean? Man, I'm glad to get you on the podcast, man. A lot of people be scared to come up here, bro.
Why? I mean, it's just simple conversation.
Man, that's because, like, people so... Let me see. A little bit for you. Gotta get kind of... Will it move? There we go. Yeah, get it out your face. Yeah, a lot of times people, they don't want to touch controversial stuff or they don't want to have an opinion. And you know from my Facebook, I say whatever the fuck comes to mind. And a lot of times that's off-putting. I think with me coaching and all of that, it's even been parents that don't want me to coach their kid because of things I say on Facebook. So,
but it's gonna affect their child.
I guess so.
Children on Facebook?
I guess so. And I don't say anything controversial or anything like that. Well, I say things controversial, but nothing towards children and shit like that. But I have spoken about like homosexual shit and a bunch of other things that come into play, and people don't really like my opinion. So.
I mean, you don't like it in that situation when it involves children, but you know, history has proven itself that it should not be introduced into that forum in any way, shape, or form. So I mean,
I agree. We had a discussion. What was this? A couple months ago, a while back, about Israel and Iran. What was it? Couple months ago?
That was like a couple weeks ago.
Was it?
Yeah, it wasn't even too long ago.
It was like a month, maybe a month ago, because I had my knee surgery a week and a half ago. So yeah, it was like a little month ago. Anyway, so I forgot what I said on the post initially, but it was something like it was very anti-Israel and anti what America was doing. Oh, I was talking about America being bullies and being Israel's bitch. That's what I said. Right. And you didn't like what I had to say. So we had a back and forth discussion. You could call it a debate, but it wasn't heated. It wasn't anything like that. We had a back and forth about it. And you were pro.
I was pro-Israel at that time.
Pro-Israel, yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. You said at that time.
I mean, well, it was just one big bad guy versus Iran, another big bad, guy that's been there for, 50 years or so, and just stirring up the local environment by, funding other terrorist organizations that just, stir up shit everywhere else in the surrounding area. Instability.
So what changed?
Well, you see Netanyahu say, "Oh, we got a solution to your Strait of Hormuz. Let's put a pipeline right here to where the Palestinians were wanting the contested land, and that's where it's going through." Yeah. So I mean, what's this? What's brought this up?
The primary agenda. That's what it was.
Right after they bombed the oil fields, which caused the Iran to counterattack and blow up other energy. Yeah. It's like, we got a solution.
You took our bread and butter away from us. So how do you not expect us to retaliate? But here's my thing. When the fuck did the U.S. become so gung-ho about jumping out there into other people's conflict? To me, that's what was telling. Because anytime they ever did that throughout history, it was always an ulterior motive. Always. And it's like, what do y'all want? That's the way I looked at it.
Well, with Iran, though, there was this civil unrest in the whole country where everyone was protesting the actual government, wanting a return of the crown prince, who they ousted in, 79, I think. But and then they were actually calling and asking for Trump's help. They were putting up signs all around Iran that said Trump. So that's why we initially were pulled in, but it was just put on hold until I guess Israel wanted to strike, and when the best time to strike would have been, because at that time, they were bringing the USS Abraham Lincoln on over.
So you thinking that Israel and America has two different agendas?
Not necessarily. They're probably using it as, you know, this is the reason why we originally went over there. Mm-hmm. But they're using that as a cover for what their ulterior motives are.
That's my whole thing. That's why I was saying from the fucking beginning. When we were talking about that, I was like, nah, bro, there's some smoke and mirrors going on here. Cause we even saw this shit 25 years ago now? 2001, 2002? When they had, when they were saying, oh yeah, well, we're going to invade Afghanistan because this is retaliation for 9/11. All of a sudden, in a year and a half, we end up in Iran. Why? Oh, we're looking for weapons of mass destruction.
Iran.
What? Yeah. I mean, Iraq. I'm sorry. We're looking for weapons of mass destruction. They did the same shit with Iran. What are you talking about now? Oh, they have nuclear weapons.
That was also like how Saddam was like, oh, I'm going to kill you to George H.W. Bush.
Mm-hmm. But he said that 11 years prior to that.
A whole decade. And then that was George W. Bush finishing his dad's little street beef.
Exactly. Exactly. See, most people got that. Most people that I've talked to about it, they got that. They were like, yeah, this was just retaliation. They were trying to find a way, and they killed 3,000 people to get it off. And I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. Wicked government.
And what's crazy is they used it as, oh, Saddam also killed this many of his citizens, which he most definitely did. Mm-hmm. But Iran did the same thing this time. Mm-hmm. They killed like 50 to 70,000. They don't know exactly how many. But yeah, and then boom. It's like, man, history is repeating itself a little bit here.
And then I remember being a kid at the time wondering, like, what the fuck does Gaddafi have to do with this? Why'd they kill him?
He played game with them. He played ball. And then when they took the ball away, oof.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So, you know how they say his story is his story. Who the winners write the story. So it makes you wonder, like, are we on the right side of history, or are we actually the good guys or the bad guys? I wonder that a lot.
I have it in this point of view.
Okay.
This is how we live, right? It's a pretty good life. Mm-hmm. Put any other country that's trying to reach where we're at, put them in control.
There's good and bad from a lot of countries.
And
I wish we had one. Yeah, that's true. I wish we had free healthcare. You know what I mean? People die every damn year because they can't afford the proper care.
I agree. But when you get a beast this big, those social systems, they just fall apart.
That could be true. I look at America like I look at charity. The people that's running the charities, they don't give a shit about the people. Like, think about how many billions and millions of dollars been donated that don't even reach the people that's harmed. You know what I'm saying? Like, from Blue Cross donations to, what's the one that, they were talking about in Hawaii? I can't think of the name of the organization, but I look at America like that. It's like, why doesn't the money get where it needs to go? Well, think about, go ahead.
Check this out. Have you heard about California recently? You know who Nick Shirley is, right?
Yeah, what happened?
He went to California to investigate these hospice centers. And it's straight up like, those motels that are like double, like townhouse right next to a Waffle House or Huddle House.
Yeah.
Just like that, right? Except huge ones in California. Every single one of them is a hospice care center. Like where they're like, oh, we do hospice care. Like, give us money.
Yeah, you're going to die, so we're going to make... Yeah.
There's so many of them that are just empty. Just empty.
And they're getting funded by the government.
Oh,
that's crazy. They're doing that shit with daycares all around, yeah.
And that's the reason why people are going without. Because it's gotten so big that all this fraud has happened.
That's a valid point. Valid point. I look at, like, take Skid Row, for example, in LA.
It's just expanded.
Right. And it's a cycle. Like, it'll die down a little bit, just a little bit, and then it just boom, but it never goes away. I did the math one day, and I can't think of the exact number, but it's not gonna cost America that much to end homelessness. I mean, it's like a snap of a finger as far as how much money we throw away every day, money we give away to wars and shit. We talking about a small fraction of that to cure homelessness.
Yeah.
Why don't they do it?
Well, I feel like we're on the right path right now.
You think they want to?
I feel like the more money that we save from fraud and all this extra added on bullshit will allow us to put more money towards stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying it's going to go towards that.
Yeah.
But only time will tell on what they do with those policies.
No, excuse me. Damn, I just burped hard as hell. Anyway, you know what I think about rich people? I look at billionaires and I say, I think part of it is like they say the greatest trick a devil ever pulled, just convincing the world he didn't exist. I don't think people understand how much $1 billion is. I don't think people really like fathom how much money that is.
Oh, it's a lot.
It's like, I saw it was like, 1 million seconds is 11 days. 1 billion seconds is 31 years. It's like people don't understand. So they look at it, they're like, oh, well, that's their money. And they're like, no, for a fraction of the money that they throw away, they can change everyone's life. But part of why they're rich is because you have to have poor people. Their greed is the reason why they like that. Think about it. Like, if everybody could have a fucking Lamborghini, Lamborghinis wouldn't be worth as much as they are now.
Ferrari.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if everybody could, afford a mansion, then mansions wouldn't be shit. So I think they have to have that separation for everybody to be like, oh, this is what you should aspire to be or look up to, or this is where the power comes from. Because if, let's say 50% of America tomorrow just decided, we don't care about money, it doesn't matter, then they wouldn't matter. So they need to keep this illusion up that money has all of this power and all this shit and all this demand. It's the system. It's not necessarily the money. What do you think? That's just my theory.
Oh, I think any one type of government on its own will eventually fail, no matter what. It just depends on how long along the timeline you get before it all just falls apart.
Yeah.
But I feel like if the dollar is going to fall apart, you're going to see a buttload of billionaires putting their money into like gold and stuff like that.
Things that's tangible shit.
They're going to have to switch their money over to something, or else they're not going to have anything left.
I think they're going to stop caring about money. They're going to start moving on to things that people need, like safety, agriculture, shit like that. I think it's going to become a barter system. And I think also it's going to become a situation where just only the strong survive, in a sense, or the man who's got the gun dictates everything. That's what I think. And the only way we counteract that is through unity.
World unity or
no, USA? Just USA. Depends on how large of a situation we're talking about. We talking about statewide, talking about citywide. Because if you get, if you get 40% of Cape Girardeau on one thing, then things are going to get done. Because you're going to have your people that's like, oh well, I don't feel either way. I'm in the middle. You have your other people's like, well, we're against that, but we're scared. Like, if you get enough people on one page, you can get some shit done. Take the Black Panthers, for example. We had a collection of black people that said, fuck it, we're going to feed our own kids. We're going to use the law for our benefit. And we're going to say, we're going to protect ourselves on every corner against these police officers. Just by them doing that, they scared the shit out of America. And they started that shit in Oakland. Moved it to Chicago and different cities, but still, it wasn't nearly the amount of people that's in the military or any of these big organizations, but they made a difference. That's why they killed their leaders. It was like, no, we can't have this.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So I think when the dollar goes, it's gonna be like, nah, you focus on what really matters. Think about it. Feminism. I know we're gonna get into this later, but feminism wouldn't even exist if we didn't have money. Just think about it. Like,
yeah, women didn't really have jobs back in the day because they also couldn't have their own bank accounts.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, they couldn't cure debt. Also, they had jobs, but they couldn't have debt. That was the thing. But either way, the point I'm making is if men decided tomorrow we're gonna lock every woman up in a cage, what the fuck could they do about it? A woman
nothing.
Right. A woman stays alone in her house and she feels safe because she has money. I'm in the police. Let's say that. They got the police. If the plumbing goes bad, they're going to call a man. They're going to pay him for that. If the car goes bad, they're going to call a man and pay him for that. How did she get her house? A man built it. Mm-hmm. A man maintains it. A man maintains the roads. So everything you have, you're able to outsource and get it because of money. So if the dollar crashes, what the fuck are you going to do? You're going to be a woman again. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying, bro. Maybe I'm getting too.
I mean, they don't have much survivability without help from the male.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Right, that too.
So, man, that bear's not looking too friendly anymore, is it?
Absolutely not. And I struggle with that because I'm like, do they really think that, or are they just trying to be anti-man?
They're just trying to be anti-man.
Okay.
I'm an independent woman, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I don't need no man.
Yeah.
He's going to hurt me anyway if he had the opportunity.
Yeah.
You're using a small portion of violent men to call all men bad.
Yeah.
It's just like saying a small portion of women mean all women are bad.
Right. I often hear them say, oh, a man can essay you a bear. I'm like, bro, that to me is indoctrination because you're so afraid of being sexually assaulted that you don't realize how bad being ripped apart is.
Right. You don't even know if it's going to be fast.
Right. You could be eaten alive for like an hour or more. Like, what the fuck? You think being essayed is worse than that?
No, God, no.
That's a little crazy, but you know. All right, so what's your where do you stand on politics? You a liberal? You a conservative?
I lean more conservative, but I mean, I've got some liberal tendencies. You know, I still have some emotion, but I'm mainly a logical human being. So
I agree.
I'm also like more like of a family type of guy, even though I'm still single and whatnot. Mm-hmm. It's just there's no prize out there right now, it seems like, or in my surrounding areas that I'd like to build a family with.
I feel you, bro. It's getting worse too. That's the crazy part.
Everyone's so digital or in their phones and everything. Mm-hmm. They don't want to pay attention to anything around them.
I think the worst thing that ever happened is social media because of the echo chambers it create. I'm so anti-tribal. Bro, when I used to post certain things, I was like, why do I think this way? And I had to reconstruct my whole way of thinking and not just go along to get along or be like, oh, I feel this way because I'm black or I feel this way because I'm a man. Like, no, I'm looking at everything and I try to step outside of and say, what are the pros and cons of each situation? What's good about this? What's bad? What's, why does this person feel this way? Why does this person feel that way? And then it just led me down this path that I'm like, yo, I would never be tribal. I just don't want to be that. And if I catch myself becoming that, I'm like, I'm good.
So you check yourself?
Every time. Yeah. And I think people need to start doing that when they start realizing how much people are brainwashed and how much influence social media has. I think they'll start doing that more often.
What about our growing up environment, though? Like, our parents are not perfect people.
Right.
They're a little messed up themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And what do? They pass a lot of that, not abuse, but all that what they bring to the table that's all bad, that negative part of them, they pass it on to you, and then it kind of indoctrinates you into being that way. And you have to literally break yourself from that if you're smart enough to know that that's happened.
Right.
And then be able to change your own self.
I always say everything is based on balance. Like the universe is based on balance. So you can't just completely go all in on every fucking thing just because you're told to. Look at this. I posted this an hour ago. It's exactly what you were just saying.
Yeah.
It's like, as a millennial, the older I get, the more I realize our parents are just kids that got older. And when we're, how do I say?
When we're young, they're fucking superheroes.
Right.
They're perfect. They can't die. They can do anything in the world.
Right.
And then what age do you hit where it's like, man, they're just like me?
Yeah. 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 But you have to, I don't know how other people feel, but most parents try to say, I want my kid to be a better version of me or be better than I was. Even if I feel like I'm great, I still want my kid to be better. So part of that responsibility as the kid is to kind of distance yourself from the parents' ways of thinking, or kind of challenge them a little bit to just be like, were you right about that? Or maybe you were wrong about that. Or why did you think that way? That's just the way I put it, but I think that's a deeper conversation.
I have so much to say about how my dad expected me to do this and this and that, or expected me to live up to a certain way when I was living under his roof. And then when he hits me up and everything, it's like, where did that go? Like, do you not use the same thing you taught me in your everyday life anymore? Like, what happened? Kids are out of the house, so I don't have to live by those rules.
Okay.
Or I don't have to portray that to them. Yeah. What's going on here?
I think a lot of parenting is acting because, and this is why I think men are better at raising kids than women, because men traditionally think parenting is all about outcome. You're guiding the kid to whatever outcome you want to have, whether it's like a particular area or something very specific. You want them to get to their destination. Whereas a woman, a lot of times, they're just like, oh, I care about how he feels right now. I care about what he's doing right now. That's why they're better at raising young babies and not really teenagers and shit. Because a lot of times a man is going to be like, I'm going to point you in the right direction. I'm going to tell you what to look out for. Get to your destination. Whereas a woman, she wants to carry the kid to the destination. They ain't learn shit to get there. And they won't know how to get back there. So that's interesting.
I've seen videos of that where like a man will there'll be like a small barrier of like, say, a few strings or something.
I saw that.
Yeah. And then the father, he just like starts walking off, looks back, waits a little bit, lets him like pout and get upset and whatnot, but like just gives him the knowledge of you can get through this small little obstacle. Right. He did it once, and then I think he went back and showed him again, and then he just did it himself.
Oh, we were talking about two different things, so I was thinking about something else.
Well,
but I'm listening.
Well, he's teaching him how to get through his own little life, though. Get through life. You don't just have things handed to you. Like the mother would have been like, "Oh, poor baby," worried about his feelings right then and there, and helped him through the obstacle, and then he learns nothing.
Yep. I have a cousin. I probably shouldn't say it. I don't give a fuck, but he was supposed to do the podcast a couple of days ago, and he was just like, "Oh." He didn't show up. I called him like 30, 45 minutes later. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, well, I don't want to drive over there because I got a tail light out. I'm like, all right, so you need me to come get you. Drove over there to come pick him up. And he's like, oh, I only got like 45 minutes. I'm like, the fuck you mean? Like, oh, I got to go pick up my girl. And I'm like, all right, well, how about we go drop off her car to her? And we can go do the podcast. And he's like, he gets out the car. He's like, yeah, you're right. And then he gets into his car and then he calls me. He's like, man, let's do it another day. And I'm like, man, I set aside time. I thought about this the whole day. I got everything I need to get done so I can do this. And now you telling me for the next whatever, I'm not going to have anything else to do. I don't like that. I like being productive. So I say that because when we was growing up, his mom used to always like coddle him when it comes to everything. He don't know how to be responsible. And today he hit me up, needing me to do a favor for him. I said, no. But being the productive person, I'm wrong because I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that for you. You know, you figure out a way to do it yourself. And that's the world we live in now, man. I think that's the biggest problem in the world we live in now.
Yep. We are a culture that makes plans to cancel them.
Man, ain't that crazy? Boy, you just drop a fucking gem right there. Ain't that crazy?
Mm-hmm. It's like, why even make plans in the first place? You're letting someone like get not hurt, but like you're letting someone down,
right?
For no reason. Just tell them no. No, I don't want to do it.
Right. And that's time you can't get back.
No.
And I'm the type of person, even if I forgot about the plan we made and I plan to do something else, if I can make it happen, like physically, I'm going to do it because I made that promise. Like my word is my bond. If I said, if I had plans to do this podcast and I forgot about it until last minute, you brought it up. I'm like, shit, I was just going to go to St. Louis tomorrow and buy a car or some shit. I'm just not going to go. That's just the type of person I am. I'm like, I got to get this podcast done. Unless you was just like, nah, go get the car. It was time sensitive or something. Right. I can't stand that shit, bro.
Oh man, I still need to go to St. Louis and get a car. It's funny you said that.
You do? For real?
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a Lexus, but those fuckers, they won't keep them in. Oh, yeah. They sell them way too quick.
Good cars, though.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. I just found out recently what Lexus meant. I was like, what? Yep. I didn't notice the whole time. It's like a Toyota luxury export in the U.S. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's kind of dope. Now, I mean, people name their daughters Lexus from that shit, don't
They were worried that the Camry, or not the Camry, but the Toyota brand on the car wouldn't sell even with luxury parts. So they're like, oh, what do we got to do now? Mm-hmm. So they're like, oh, bam, Lexus.
That's smart. Very smart. So what part of being a conservative do you disagree with? Because I mean, it's not really a set thing, but I mean, like socially, what people call a conservative.
Well, I mean, we're more so pull yourself up from your bootstraps. Mm-hmm. We're in an economy where it's a lot harder to do that. Mm-hmm. So you can't really be that. I feel like I can't be that type of conservative. I mean, I got lucky in my sense, but I feel like I've gotten handed the opportunity to get to where I'm at today. Mm. Nowadays, it's a lot harder to get to where I'm at. But the person who was in my shoes 5 years ago, they had it a little better than I had. Mm. So it's just starting to trickle down into, man, this shit's getting tough.
I think, and this is a tricky one because I think it's different when you're a black person because, yeah, you still have the dynamics and you still have like the financial woes and all sort of shit. But if you look at when black people try to rely on doing things to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, way of doing things, it just seemed to be way harder. Like we had to rely on unity more than anything back in those days. Like, cause we weren't able to get everything. And I know a lot of poor white people was the same way, but systemically we wasn't able to get everything like that we saw. So it was like we had to figure out ways to work together, like Tulsa, Oklahoma, like how we built that community up, shit like that through like the barter system and the understanding of I'm going to do things black owned because that's the only way we're going to actually create something. I think where we fucked up is we abandoned our institutions, schools, churches, all this other shit, hospitals, to infiltrate white institutions instead of building ours up over time. Now, granted, back then, y'all had the better healthcare system. Y'all had better schools, stuff like that. But over time, we could have put ourselves in a situation to have great shit like that too. Now, where I don't agree with is I'm not one of those black people that say, oh, you owe me something. You owe me something. Like, no, I look at my situation like, okay, it is what it is. I can't sit back and complain. I can't be a permanent victim in the sense where I'm just like always looking for someone else to help or fix my situation. I got to do it myself. So that's why I'm conservative. I don't like a lot of things that the government has done. When you look at how welfare and all the benefits and stuff that they have given us has held back the black family. I don't like that shit. You know, you bring in, you essentially make the government the man of the family. You create all these matriarchal families and you indoctrinate us for years and years and years. And then we have to sit back and be like, oh, well, I don't know why things are like this. Well, damn, I wonder why. This man on my shirt been talking about this shit. He was talking about this shit in the 60s. He knew what was going to happen, but we're supposed to sit back and just accept it because that's just the way things are. That's my take on being a conservative. That's why I'm a conservative, because I don't believe in free handouts. I don't believe in, you just get whatever because you just feel like it. No, that's bullshit to me.
Yeah. So you're not into, what is it? What was that? Inclusion? Whatever.
Integration?
Well, no, the DEI. Yeah.
No, I mean, no, I'm not into that because I just don't like the idea of saying, like, I'm a separatist. I'm not racist or anything like that, but to be able to try to ignore what's been going on all these years after all of this time, from gerrymandering to red taping to fucking, the Tuskegee experiments, all this shit we're supposed to ignore and just be like, oh no, give us a place in your home. Like, no, I don't agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, if that man was a big bad man and whatnot that did all that stuff, would you even want to be in their home? Mm-hmm. Hell no.
Mm-hmm. That's my point exactly. But some people, they only look at their situation like, okay, what can I do for myself today or next week? I can't think about 3 years from now or 5 years from now. And they don't have that vision.
And that's mainly because of a digital society that we're living in now. Everyone is into instant gratification.
I think that definitely put steroids to it. Yeah.
And then consumptionalism, which is like, oh, I need my Starbucks for the day.
Yep. Comfort. Yeah.
Like, people are like, oh, Starbucks only adds, this amount of debt for the whole year. And it's like, yeah, that's a lot. If you would have put that into gold.
Right.
Like, hello? Like, I bought... Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm with you on that. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I bought $2,800 worth of gold in March of 24. And it's a little over an ounce. And it's worth like $6,000 now.
That's what's up.
So it's like your Starbucks that you could have saved, and if you would have just bought gold for that amount of time,
that's a discussion.
You could have this much extra money. And how many more days of Starbucks do you have because of that? That's
a sound discussion right there. I want to clear up the separatist thing I said, because I don't want people to think like I'm racist or I'm like, I want white people, black people separate. No, I don't think that way. But when it comes to like government, institutions, stuff like that, if we constantly always have to live in the basement of your house, then why don't we just get our own house? That's my way of thinking. If it's always you know, you got to take the scraps. You got to take the leftovers when it comes to certain situations. Not saying all of them are like that, but you have to endure different things. You have to come to work with a different type of mindset, different attitude. Everything about you has to be code switched. You have to, you know, hide who you truly are. You got to do all sorts of shit just to be a part of their house. It's like, no, I'm going to build my own house.
Yeah, that'd be exhausting to live that way.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not doing that shit, bro. Like I was telling you, I believe there's parents that don't want their kid to be coached by me, even though I've won 2 championships. I usually have the best team. I usually dedicate the most time. I don't skip games. I don't skip practices, stuff like that. And I'm also trying to teach them things that they can take throughout life, like toughness, like sportsmanship, like responsibility, integrity, shit like that.
Values.
Right. But people might hear something that I said on Facebook, or they might see that I'm controversial on this podcast. They're like, nah, I'm not with that. You know what I'm saying?
Are they at the practice?
No, this was like at the beginning of a season, or like, you know, at the end of a season, something like that. I've heard it from other people.
Well, that's a bit ridiculous, though. Like, if you're at the practices, if you're giving your child the attention that you think you're giving them,
right,
then if you see something bad, then speak up about it. Right. But if you don't see anything bad, then just be quiet.
It's just the way people think, man. People are very tribal. It's like, if you don't say something that I 100% agree with, like cancel culture, I'm going to find a way to distance myself or cancel you, no matter what you provide. It's just like, if I don't know, let's say because I'm building a house right now. Let's say I need a guy to do framing, and this guy that's going to do framing is the cheapest and he does the best work. But he is pro gay rights. I'm not going to be like, oh no, fuck him. I can't hire him. No, I'm going to hire him.
So what if he's racist?
Even if he's racist,
you're still going to hire him because of the job he does, right?
Probably. I'm probably going to do that. But then I also look at a racist motherfucker and I say, you probably don't even want me to have this place. So you probably going to try to sabotage it in some way.
What if he never sees your face?
Right. That's different. That's different. Then if that's the case, I'm like, okay, fine. I don't give a shit.
But you're also giving him money in his pocket.
I think about that too. Now that's iffy. I think about that too. I probably would be like, I don't know.
I can probably find someone else that can do it just as good.
Right. Right. Now if that's a good point. I automatically think that a lot of people are somewhat not racist, but some people are prejudiced. I already think that. In doing this process, I've seen certain people that are all for what I'm trying to do. They're like, oh man, that's a great idea. It's going to look beautiful, blah, blah, blah. I can tell they're not like that. But then you have certain people's like, they give me a hard time. They give me a runaround. They tell me this is the person I need to speak to. Then I get that person telling me I need to speak to them, and I'm making calls I'm like, so what's going on, man? Or it's people that sound a certain way over the phone, and you meet them in person and they see that it's a black person and they just like have this attitude like, are you racist? I don't know what it is. I can't say for sure, but I always have it in my mind and it's a possibility, but I'm going to get it done.
So you can always do a little test with that.
What's that?
Like set that shit up. Send a white person that knows exactly what you want.
Oh, I've done it.
Did they do it? Did they do business? Did they get that shit done?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked.
Look, trust me.
That you know they're racist then.
Right. When you're doing business, you have to have white friends. Mm-hmm. And that's the sad part about it. Because like even when I had a store, it was like I would tell them, I would send a white person to go get this done, get that done. And now I had to pay them to do that for me. Or this girl I work with, she's like an assistant for me. Like when I need her to call somebody or get something done, I'll have her do it. It's no different. Like I've had situations even on Marketplace where I'm trying to buy something like windows or a tub or something like that, and people are giving me a hard time. I send this girl to go do it. She's white. I'm like, oh yeah, sure. No problem. It's like, what is that? Is that racism?
You are also a bit different than a white woman who's like maybe 5'5".
So what does that mean? Come on, give it to me raw.
You're a little imposing, my man.
See?
I mean, if I don't know you and it's like we can go iffy on it. Yeah. But, it's like I just don't want to put myself in that situation. Is what I'm gonna say. They're probably thinking, because you hear all these bad stories about things that happen, like people get robbed on Marketplace.
I agree.
So people aren't wanting to put that thought in their head that I'm going to put myself in this type of situation.
But see, that to me is fundamentally wrong. It's wrong because look at everything that everybody says about white men today. It's not even white women or white people. It's white men. Mm-hmm. There's an agenda against white men right now.
Yeah.
Whether it's fair or foul, whatever the fuck you want, I don't care. But there's an agenda against white men. So if I was just to say, nah, that's a white dude, I don't want to, I don't. Like, I grew up in a house. My grandma used to say, and she grew up in Mississippi. She was born in 45. And she used to say shit like, you wasn't able to walk on the same sidewalk as a white man. And if a white man is coming towards you or saying anything to you, look down at the ground. You don't make eye contact. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Now, what if I grew up under those teachings and I was just scared to deal with white people? It's like, no, to me, it's still wrong.
Now, scared, you mean like scared that they're going to do something bad to you, or you just getting,
or you just don't have the trust. You just don't have the trust. Because everywhere I look, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have the trust. Even when I'm doing business deal, like I had one plumber tell me $36,000 to do the plumbing. Had another plumber tell me $8,000. Now, why is there that big of a discrepancy?
One of them is probably either a bigger company.
I thought that too, but they're pretty even on even playing fields.
One's greedier than the other.
Yeah, that too.
Simple. But one may charge more for the quality of work he does.
Right, but that goes into trust. I give you an example. Another on the flip side, I had an electrician that I've known, trusted, and all this other shit. He charged $19,000 for something. This other guy, he came out. He was just very dismissive. He acted like he didn't want to be there. He was just like the one that was different on the phone as opposed to be. And he charged me less than the other guy charged me. But still, I'm like, I don't really trust that. Because I'd rather trust somebody that I trust. That just is what it is. And these are two white dudes. So it's a feel thing for me.
It's like, do you check the reviews before you
that too.
Even try to talk to someone about, their business or what they can do for you?
Yeah.
Of course. It's the trust, right?
Yeah.
So if they're going to have, like, say, 10 bad reviews, but 100 good ones, you're going to think they're a good company, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So when it comes to liberal versus conservative, one of the biggest issues I have with both sides is they call a certain section woke. And I'm like, I hate that they hijacked that word, because woke didn't used to mean that. Woke used to be for black people that wasn't just going along with whatever the government said, and they wanted to do the research and educate themselves. That's what woke was. But now woke means, oh yeah, I'm gay. I believe that I need a handout, and like, what is this shit? Who the fuck came up with that? How did y'all hijack the word woke?
Just like they hijack everything.
That's crazy.
Call them the alphabet people.
Yeah. I definitely do. I call them, hey, because you can't say what you want to say. You get banned.
You said that right, like before they even got like to the Q and plus SIA plus or whatever it was. It's like, Jesus, he nailed that on the head.
Yeah. I was saying this shit years ago, bro. Are you familiar with MAPS? Minor attracted people?
Oh my God. When that popped up, I thought it was a joke.
Yep. And it looks a lot like the trans flag too. Their flag, their symbols. I'm like, come on, bro. At what point do we just say, come on, these people belong in the same asylums? Come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, even Caitlyn Jenner even said that the trans community is an abomination.
That's wild.
Said that you're either a man or a woman. You either transition and you have the surgery and you become a woman, or vice versa. But there's no in between. There's no like non-binary, blah blah blah. And even Caitlyn said, you're not a true biological woman if you have the surgery,
right?
But you can pretend to be one.
Yeah, pretending.
That's what he did. Yeah, and I mean, it's like, I can stand behind that. Yeah. I can't stand behind everything else.
That motherfucker, Jeffree Star said the same shit. He's a transgender motherfucker too. I don't get into all the terms and shit. Cause I get confused at a certain point. But one thing that always blows my mind is you have the LGBTQ, whatever else, right? But in this, the B is for bisexual. That in itself is saying there's two sexes.
Yeah.
So how can you have somebody that's bisexual? Bi means two. So what the fuck are y'all even talking about?
Right. Why is that one not excluded now?
Right. Come on, man. People nuts. But if you don't go along with it, you're a problem. It's like, and my thing is, I don't hate them. I just think something wrong with them. Like, that's like me hating a retarded person. I don't hate a retarded person. I just think it's wrong to be like, oh, well, I don't even want to say that because to me, it's a choice and it's not a choice for a retarded person. To me, that's like saying I hate a drug dealer. You chose to sell your dope. Cool, whatever. That don't have nothing to do with me. I don't hate you. I don't care. It's like if my neighbor was a drug dealer, I don't give a fuck. Just like I don't care if my neighbor was a gay person. But if you come over here and you try to convince my son to sell drugs, then we got a problem.
Well, I have a small little different aspect on that. If it's a drug dealer who's selling hard shit in the neighborhood, oh, I ain't cool with that. Not when there's kids.
Yeah.
But if it's just weed and shit, like that minor shit, we're cool. I don't have a problem with him. But unless, like you were saying, tries to sell it to your kid or try to get your kid to sell it.
Yeah. That's the framing that I'm putting it on. Like when it comes to the kids, it's like, bro, I cannot agree with a lot of things that people do, but I don't think everything is for kids. That's my thing. Like even let's say you're not selling drugs. Let's say you're a fucking stripper. Should you be trying to convince my daughter it's okay to be a stripper? No. The fuck on.
And you shouldn't be walking out in your get up if you're like headed to the club.
It's confusing as hell. But that's my only thing with it. And I also believe in, the Pandora's box theories. Like if you give an inch, people are going to take a mile. People are going to keep, So it's like, why in the fuck would I just side with this shit and pretend that it's normal when I know it's not? Because I know there's other shit to follow. I said this shit 10 years ago, bro. I'm like, what's their end game? Because it's funny to me how 50 people get shot in a gay club. At the same time, they're trying to push gun laws. And at the same time, they're trying to push for straight gay marriage. It's funny to me how y'all hit two birds with that one stone.
So you're thinking that's like a false flag event where they push that agenda?
I do. Or I think it was government, it was done by the government to send people in there to kill those people. Either it's faked or it's the government's behind it. That's what I believe.
Okay. I can definitely see that because it pushes the agenda of the government at the time.
It pushes both.
How so on both, though?
I mean, but push the gun. What they were trying to do with taking guns away and shit. They were changing the gun laws. I forgot what it was, but it was something like that. And at the same time, the gay marriage was going in the Supreme Court.
Right. So that helps just the Democrat side. It doesn't help the conservative side.
That depends. Is your intention to create chaos?
Well, like conservatives we're okay with it.
No. I'm not saying it helped both sides. I'm saying there was two agendas from one side.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 100%. It was twofold.
Right. I'm like, you hit two birds with one stone, bro. What the fuck? But, I pay attention, so I'm like, I don't believe that.
And that leads you back into Israel. Two birds, one stone.
Oh, Israel. That's what I wanted to bring up, too. Have you been paying attention to Epstein files? Like everything's been coming out, things have been said.
You think it's to distract people away from the Epstein files?
No. I think Epstein was already leaked to Israel. And I think he was an Israel agent. And I think he got blackmailed on so many different people that they just do whatever the fuck he says. I mean, they do whatever Israel says. Think about it. We've been Israel's bitch for years. Why? People say, "Oh, we're allies," but I'm like, man, that place ain't like that. If you think about it, it's like, I don't know how to explain. It's like having a little homie in the neighborhood that gets you in so much shit. At one point, you're gonna ask, like, why the fuck do you keep getting me in this bullshit?
I think the coverage that we use is, like we want the world to be a happy, peaceful, prosperous place. Mm-hmm. And
which is oxymoronic.
And everywhere around Israel wants to hurt Israel. So we have to come to their aid.
Oh, so they look at Israel as the poor and innocent little country.
They want peace too. You don't see them attacking. And then it's like, oh, boom, here comes the missiles.
Hey, greatest trick the devil ever pulled. That's it. They just want to believe it's just poor little Israel. They don't do anything to anyone. Get the fuck out of here.
Smoke and mirrors.
Yep. So, I forgot what I was going to say about that. Yeah. So the Epstein situation, I just think the dude got dirt on everybody, bro. I think that was his whole mission, is to get dirt on everybody. He was a math professor and got into finance, and then all of a sudden he was linked to Israel. How?
I mean, he did reach out to the higher ups in Israel at the time, trying to, like he said, he saw certain things that they could have done to make them extremely rich. And basically even called out Ukraine and everything too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in a sense, he was able to show them a turning point that they can use, or like a shock point to use to their benefit.
I'm sorry, I thought you were done.
I was going to say he can do that with lots of governments, and then it's kind of like pitting everyone against each other all at once while still pulling the strings.
Some people want chaos.
Just for their benefit too.
Yeah. How do you think Jewish people have so much influence? How do you think that comes from?
Let's look at it in a stereotypical standpoint.
Okay.
Jews are known as tightwads, right?
Okay.
But they're also known as like say in New York and whatnot, a lot of the jewelry salesmen and jewelry shops and everything are ran by Jews, right? Mm-hmm. Gold and silver is an easy investment. If they've been doing it for years, they got lots of money, right? But if they've also been tight asses while making that money, they're going to prosper, and then they're going to be able to invest into all kinds of other shit, buy all kinds of other things.
You think it's money?
But my buddy has talked to me about it, and they'll move in, they'll run the property values down, then they'll buy everything for hella cheap, then they build it up in their image,
I agree. I think when you look at I don't want to say the wrong words because, when you look at the agenda, it seems like they want to control influence. And I also think at the same time, they really invest into like infrastructure, things that are very constant. And I think, like we were saying earlier, when it comes to the money and shit, like money only matters because of influence. So that's the reason why radio stations are owned by Jews, record labels are owned by Jews, fucking every media conglomerate. Yeah, that too. Every media conglomerate is Jews. No matter where you turn, they control influence. And to me, I know you probably don't want to touch on it, but to me, that's why I think Adolf was trying to eradicate that influence. Because
you're saying he was that far ahead of schedule?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, but at that point, I think they were kicked out of like 90 countries. So you got to think about it. Their mindset is we're the people of God. We're the people that are favored by God, which was also something that was stolen from the Hebrews. But we ain't gonna get into that. But we're the people that's favored by God. We feel entitled to this.
Is not Jew?
It's different. You didn't know that?
No, I was thinking they were Hebrew.
Hebrew people are African. They're dark people. I'm talking about like race related. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like color wise. They stole that idea and that whole religion from African people.
Well, I mean, that whole area is darker skin tone color.
It is, but we know that that's not the same. Like, I can go into this shit, but I don't want to.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Because I don't have enough. I don't have enough sources to bring it up. But this is something I learned years ago. But anyway, Judaism is a quote unquote newer version of Israelites, the Hebrew Israelite people, which was the original black people, whatever. I mean, they were originally black. I'm sorry. That's just what I heard. I could be wrong. This is what I've read and things that I've looked up on YouTube and shit like that.
I mean, it's funny how you were like earlier, you said history is his story.
Right.
And it's like, how many people grew up thinking that Cleopatra was white?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, she was not white.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's part of it. Part of that. There were even black people that was in Rome. So we can get into that too. But anyway, my point is they were kicked out of all these different countries. And a lot of people said, if you look up the first trans LGBT movement, all this stuff, that was in Germany. And it was done by Jewish people. And when you listen to his old speeches and shit, this dude was speaking about Christianity and God and making the world anti this, anti that. He was talking about all of the LGBT shit.
Are you talking about like the one done in Germany? Or are you talking about the one that was like super recent, like in the early 2000s?
No, this was in Germany years ago.
Oh, okay.
When they showed those videos of them burning libraries and burning books and all this, right. A lot of shit was gay books.
Oh, I see.
A lot of shit was anti-God. So
I thought you were talking about Tim Petrus turning into Kim Petrus at like 14 years old.
Oh, no.
Because that was done in Germany, I believe, too.
No. And I don't want to get into Hitler right now. We could get into it another time, and I'm not somebody that supports Hitler by any means. I think he was a piece of shit, evil motherfucker. So let's get that out there. I just don't think that the history that we've been told is the truth 100%. So
you're saying the ends don't justify the means by any means?
No, not at all. And I'm not an anti-Semite. I just look at shit and I'm like, maybe that's not as squeaky clean as people think.
No, nothing ever usually is.
Yeah.
There's fraud that goes on all levels.
Mm-hmm. And I would never agree with exterminating people. That's just not me.
Or corruption, I should say. Not fraud.
Yeah.
Corruption.
We just lost a legend. Chuck Norris, man. The guy that people thought was indestructible and all this stuff as a joke, you know. But he, from what I've heard, was a really, really great man. So rest in peace to Chuck Norris.
Man, my grandparents used to watch Walker, Texas Ranger all the time.
Everybody say that. My grandma used to love him too, man. Every day. What is that? Why do old people love that show?
It's kind of like Yellowstone, man.
Is it?
That's got a chokehold on it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. It was, man, my grandma used to watch Walker every fucking day it came on. Yeah, man, that's the guy, man.
I just grew up with the jokes.
Yeah.
You know, like Chuck Norris doesn't cheat death. He wins fair and square.
Right. Yeah, that type of shit. Where did that start, man?
I don't know. I have no clue. In third grade, for sure.
Really? Okay, yeah, the Chuck Norris
People
thing.
just came up with those things like crazy.
Last time I saw Chuck Norris, he was selling like this, it was like all-encompass nutrient powder. And then I had bought some of it too. Pretty good shit. And before that, it was the Expendables movie.
I seen him after the Expendables movie. I was at my grandpa's house and he was watching the news and Chuck Norris legit popped up on the news talking about something.
Yeah.
But he didn't have a beard or anything. I'm like, whoa, is that really Chuck?
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to the legend, man. How old was he?
He was 86 when he died.
86.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. That truly sucks. One of the action movie icons, man.
Return of the Dragon, fighting Bruce Lee.
Right. Right. That was major, man, because that scene was very, very realistic, especially for the time. So everybody was just like, man, and Chuck Norris was legit. Bruce Lee was legit.
Like two legends battling it out.
Yeah, that was huge. Huge. If you could make anyone president, who would you pick?
Anyone?
Any person.
Oh, I don't have that person.
You don't have that person?
No,
or who do you think would be a good president? Just
anyone who wants to help the single filers without children. Like our economy is way too, like our helping in politics is all based off of families. So married people with children.
Yeah.
Why don't you ever hear people talking about running on the single filers, helping them out too?
Okay.
Like we're always just screwing people like me over. And for what?
Yeah.
Like,
what do you mean, like taxes and shit? Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
that's true.
They're literally telling people, have more kids. You can't support them yourself anyway, but have more kids and we'll give you tax breaks to help you out.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's like you're supporting bringing people into poverty, and then you still have to bring yourself out of poverty first.
I just think it's wild that people who make a certain amount of money don't benefit from it. I'm like, what? You pay more taxes just because you make more money? Like, I mean, per dollar. Like, what the fuck is that about? You trying to convince people to not make money?
It sucks, dude. Especially when you cross six figures. Like, I've paid more in taxes now than some people will make this year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I see I worked with this guy. He was at UPS for a long time and they gave him a promotion that was going to put him above a certain tax bracket line and he was going to take home less money. He was like, no, I'm like, that's crazy. So make more money. You take home less. It's like child support.
That 28% tax bracket sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Couldn't imagine that. I saw that, and I didn't know this for years. I saw that they tax lottery winners. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Damn. And they was taking like 55%, some shit like that of your money.
No, California recently, the dude won over $2 billion.
Yeah.
And he brought home like 600 or 700,000. It's like
700 million. You mean?
Yeah, 700 million. I mean, yeah. It's like, what's going on here?
Yeah, that's wild.
There's a bigger issue.
He took it in a lump sum too, huh?
Probably.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Like, you could die tomorrow.
Right.
At least you still had that money.
Right. Damn. That's wild. That is criminal. Mm-hmm. Who the fuck? Like, I've been sitting there like, what? And if I won that amount of money, hey, I'm gonna get a lawyer to get this shit to the Supreme Court or somewhere, because this is crazy.
Like, sure, yeah, it's a blessing, but like, you just turned my blessing into a
benefit
it's like
for
a backhanded compliment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It is. If I was to make anyone president, I'm going with Andrew Tate. The reason why is because Andrew Tate is a visionary. He's somebody that he can think on the level of the common man, and he can also think on the level of these billionaires. And I'm like, we need that, bro. It's either one or the other. It's always. And when people look at politicians, they always like, oh, well, why don't they? I'm like, because these motherfuckers don't live like you. Like, think about it. All these politicians, the fucking senators, everybody's in the House, all of that, they usually come from either prominent families, or they've been in Ivy League schools, or they've had some type of privilege. They don't take poor ass people off the street and make them politicians. All
I gotta say is Chelsea Clinton.
Yeah, fuck out of here, man.
Groomed from a baby.
You know what I'm saying? So you might find a mayor that grew up on the poor side of a city. You might. But chances are, nah, bro, this shit ain't our game. So that's just the way I look at it. I'm like, Tate was poor growing up. He come from a chess player and a stay-at-home mom, who I think she was a seamstress, I think. Anyway, she didn't make a lot of money. His dad didn't make a lot of money.
Then they split up.
Right. This dude knows like the struggle when he was in his early 20s, all this other shit, got his money, and he believes in family. And he's willing to put his neck on the line for people, because he could easily just say, oh, I'm just going to go away. I'm a billionaire. I don't have to do this shit. But this motherfucker is constantly speaking up for what's right and constantly going against the system. And I think, man, look, we had a president like that, they'd probably kill him.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's pretty based with a lot of the shit he says. And a lot of people take the stuff he says about women out of context.
Yeah, that's true.
He's mainly saying like it's his job to protect women and whatnot. And they have a certain role that they play. Yeah. And, you know, and he lives by that standard. Yeah. And people just are like, oh, he's degrading women, blah, 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 blah. He doesn't let women go out in this type of way or fashion and show off their body like they want to.
And I mean, and he does a lot of trolling too. He says things that he knows is going to get people pissed off, but
because it makes numbers.
Right. But for the most part, the dude is like on point with everything. And there's times where I've thought this way. I didn't fully flesh it out, but I'm like, that's what it is. He just put it plain and simple, and I'm like, that's what the fuck it is. So, yeah, man, Andrew Tate, and he's from America too, so I think he should run. I think he will sweep.
He's not old enough yet. But
they'll kill him though. Oh, he's old enough. He's over 35. He's 39. I think you have to be 35 to be president.
Is it
if I'm not mistaken. Let me see.
That's a good question.
I think it's 35.
Yeah, because I think JFK was 42, 41, 42. You may be right.
Yeah, 35.
Yeah. Dang, I got 2 years.
Yeah. I'm anxious, man. I'm almost there at 40. Almost. Man. What do you think is the greatest game console of all time?
Greatest game console of all time, PS2.
I have to agree with you on that. PS2 just was...
It was that in-between phase, you know what I mean?
It was everything at the time. Because you think about it, you you had the disc games, you had cartridge games, you had all that, but then this motherfucker came with a DVD player. Mm-hmm. And they used what do they call the discs? They were DVD discs, but they was using dual layer disc. I think that's the name of it.
Oh, you're talking about like the ones where they're like coded and whatnot.
Yeah. So you can add more information on there. Like the fuck, PS2 was on another level.
It was intense.
My favorite, man, I got two favorites. I think Sega Genesis was the shit for its time. With the amount of games and the amount of unique games that it came with. I wasn't a Super Nintendo person, but Sega Genesis was shit. And I think Sega Dreamcast was the shit for its time too, because that was the first time where I looked at 3D elements. I was like, man, that looks real. Like it looks almost real. And they had all of the innovative games like Crazy Taxi and Jet Grind Radio and stuff like that. So
N64's got my heart for that.
A lot of people do, yeah.
Yeah, because it was so much better than like what you would get on the PlayStation, but it was just because of the limited hardware on the PlayStation 1. And then N64 tackled it a completely different way with their 64-bit system.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, 64 was a beast. I didn't have one. My cousin had one, so I always play it. But yeah, man, I think when you look at Genesis, they had like Streets of Rage and Sonic being able to go against Mario, which was insane for the time. And I just was like, man, Sega Genesis is the shit, bro. NBA Jam, NBA Hang Time, Vector Man.
Is that the one with the Game Genie?
Yep.
Oh man, Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Yeah, that was the one with the Game Genie. I remember.
Contra?
Oh, we're gonna get into Contra for. So look, I remember one time. You remember when Sonic and Knuckles had the extra edition? You can add like different Sonic games on top of Sonic and Knuckles. Remember that?
Like it was kind of like the Game Genie.
Yeah. I remember one time I stacked that on top of a Game Genie. Man, I thought I was unlocking a different dimension.
Oh dear Lord!
I was like, yo, y'all ain't seen nothing like this. I'm finna do the craziest shit imaginable.
Nothing can top childlike wonder.
Yeah, I know, right? But no, Contra, to this day, I fucking hate that game because to me, that's the most difficult game I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, why the fuck is this game so hard to play? Contra Hard Corps. I never forget that shit.
Oh man, it was the worst because it was a side scroller and it changes to like where the boss is in the background then. And it's like now you're trying to orient yourself a completely different way to dodge shit.
Yep.
So you're completely out of like the groove when you get to something new.
Man, I don't even think I made it past the second level. I could not believe that shit.
I think I'm on the same part with you. Second boss, and it's like, oh, here's where we die.
Right. And I played that shit over and over. I remember one day, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna get better at this shit. And I played it for like 2 hours, and I was just like, man, I want to throw this whole shit out the window. Why is this a game for kids?
Were games really for kids back then?
I guess.
How many kids could purchase those?
Yeah, that's
0?
True. That's true.
They were mainly for like teenagers and young adults.
Yeah. I saw this. There's a YouTube video of this guy playing the game flawless. I'm like, how the fuck? Like this dude is like a god. How is he doing this?
I know exactly what you mean, man. Because as a kid, I played this game, Mega Man 8.
Oh, damn. 8.
And I used to be amazing at it. Mm-hmm. And then, like, the new version of it came out on the computer, and then I started playing that. But then I saw a speedrunner do it, and I'm like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
Like, what?
It's impossible. I had a cousin, he lived in New York, and he came down to visit one time, and I must have been maybe 9 years old, something like that. And we were playing Mario Brothers on the NES, the first one. And this motherfucker would do shit. I'm like, bro, what are you? Like he knew how to put like a shell in the side of a step and keep jumping on it and getting extra, man. I'm like, how enough?
Yeah.
How is that even a thing? How do you even find this out?
Well, with the shell thing, you would either like end up like jumping on a shell, and then it would shoot against a block like that, and it would get lodged in there.
Yeah.
And then someone would just jump over, and then it would just keep jumping you up.
Yeah.
So if you just do it to enough of them, you end up learning that.
Yeah.
But it's very few people learn that shit. So he must have got lucky.
Man, this dude, I never seen somebody that just run through levels, just run through constantly, just doing whatever he want. Here he is with 100 extra lives, and then he's just doing whatever he want. He played a whole game and beat the whole game in no time. Like, dude, what are you, man?
Some people are problem solvers, man. They find little tricks and patterns in certain things.
Yeah, I agree. I know somebody is really good at Pac-Man like that.
Pac-Man's a little easier because you're always faster than the ghosts, just a tad bit. You just have to know how they react at certain distances, because it's not as random as what we always thought.
The patterns, yeah. I learned that from the movie Pixels. You ever seen that?
Is that
Adam Sandler? Yeah.
Where he has what's the little dude?
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, had him as like the big bad guy.
Yeah.
And he was kind of modeled after what's his name? Oh, there was like this Donkey Kong dude who was like, "Oh, I'm the best. I'm the king of Donkey Kong."
Oh, yeah?
Turns out he cheated in like the 90s.
That's real?
Yeah, it's real. It's based off a real person. And the dude was mad when they like took his high scores down and everything. And I think he sued a few people or tried to.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm doing a podcast. I'll call you back. All right. Anyway, yeah. So with the movies, that's one of the movies that I thought was innovative and different. Pixels. I think we need more films like that, like it's lighthearted, funny, cool. So I thought that was really cool.
I agree. Especially when they were doing like, what was it? Alien Invaders, where they had like those little cannons.
Yeah, that was dope. That was Centipede, yeah.
Oh, it was Centipede?
Yeah, Centipede, yeah. Dope shit. You into movies? Like film?
I watched quite a few movies, but...
Okay. Do you have a top 5?
I can't really...
Right off the head, that's hard.
I can't like top 5. Ender's Game was really good to me.
Ender's Game.
Yeah. Whereas they seek out these children because children have brains that work different than adults. So they figure out solutions to problems in different ways than what an adult would because of just how our brains work differently. Yeah. And they tell these kids that they're in these simulations, like they're practicing to beat these aliens that are going to be a problem. And they end up training them in this quote simulation, but turns out every single thing that they've been doing was real. And they were just told it was a simulation. And at the very end, they wipe out this whole alien species, or most of it. And at the very end, like the aliens or whatever, they weren't even attacking. And the kids were all like upset after realizing it was real. They just completely annihilated this other planet.
Damn.
And it's like, why weren't they attacking us at the end? Why didn't they do anything?
I'm gonna check that out.
It's pretty crazy, like twist and emotional, but it's a really good movie.
So you like sci-fi? That's your genre?
Yeah, sci-fi is more so my cup of tea.
I like all of them. Only thing I can say I don't really get into and I don't like is fucking musicals.
Oh, I agree.
To me,
separate.
Yeah, to me, there's only one great musical, and that's Grease. Other than that, I can't get into that shit, bro.
I'm okay with the Demon Barber from Fleet Street, Sweeney Todd.
Okay. Gotcha.
That one I was okay with. Everything else, I'm okay. Like even Phantom of the Opera, now I'm okay.
Yeah. What's your? Let me see. How do you feel about horror?
It's decent. I haven't really watched any good horror movies though. Like,
are you into Are you one of those jump scare people, or are you just like nah? Because in the horror, I guess community or whatever the fuck you want to call people that's really into horror films, a lot of them don't like heavy jump scare movies. They think it's cheap.
So. That is kind of cheap but I mean, you can incorporate jump scares into, deeper horror movies and make it good.
I agree.
But jump scares by themselves are cheap.
Yeah, yes. I agree. I just watched this movie called Undertone. And to me, they had so many opportunities for great jump scares. It was like almost deliberate to be like, yeah, we can scare the shit out of you right now, but we won't. And they did that through the whole movie. I'm like, all right, man.
Leaves you wanting more.
Yeah, a little bit, but I think they did a little too much. Like I thought at certain points they did a lot of the traditional setups. Like we're gonna keep showing you sitting in the living room to the hallway, showing you from the hallway, living room, hallway, and then we show like a piece of nothing but darkness from the hallway, and then you in the living room. And it's like that was a constant. I'm like, they about to jump. Nope, never did.
One thing I hate about horror movies is I'll see like YouTube critics where they break down certain scenes in certain movies, and they're explaining all this shit, and it's just like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Like the normal person's just like, I just want to watch a scary movie.
Yeah.
It's like you're talking about all this other shit that this director was trying to portray. What?
Hey, I'm like that. I'm a film nerd, so I was talking to Reggie about this. He's a film nerd too. We did a podcast. I think I sent it to you. I don't know, but we was talking about little continuity errors and things that they mess up. Like that shit drives me nuts. I can't even enjoy the movie because I'm looking at it from a director's perspective. So you have to train yourself not to.
I do see like little shit, like where it's like, oh, you cut. Like, say you just put this lock that you pulled off the door down on the counter.
Yeah.
And then it's like you cut to a different camera.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the lock's gone.
Yeah.
It's like, uh-oh. I see shit like that.
Okay, cool.
But I meant like, oh, they're portraying this type of feeling by having the camera pan out to where it's like a wide shot, and then you can see how the man put his hands on the table, and, to portray this dominant feeling.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And it's just like I'm not getting into it like that.
Yeah.
You're watching it 12 times and then telling me what they're doing. It's like I'm watching it the one time.
There are some things that you do and you implement because it's like you want to convey a message or a feeling. Like it's something as simple as removing all sound and like just panning in slowly. That kind of brings the audience into whatever's going on. That stuff happens. There are some people that's just too over the top with it. Like a Martin Scorsese, that dude, he's so meticulous about everything. He's a great director, but he's so meticulous about every little thing. It's like, God, that must be exhausting.
Must be a pain to work with.
Yeah. Like, he's got some of the greatest shots ever. You familiar with, Goodfellas? Ever seen that?
I've heard of it, and I think I've seen like scenes from it. But I've never actually fully seen Goodfellas.
There was this one scene. It was one shot. It shows him getting out of the car. Shows him going into this restaurant. They see in the back, what do you call it? Like the kitchen in the restaurant, all this stuff. Following a waiter to come here, goes down this hall, the waiter to go somewhere else. Meet and greeting all these people as he's going into the restaurant. I mean, this is all one shot. It's like 2.5 minutes long, 3 minutes long, something like that. And if one person is off for any reason, or somebody looks at the camera or anything like that, it has to start all over. So
that's nuts.
Yeah.
Like 3 to 4 minute take.
It's like 3 minutes, I think.
And it's someone walking and whatnot.
Yep.
Oh man.
Goodfellas.
Is that the one with like Paulie or whatever? Where someone's getting whacked, or is that Sopranos?
I haven't watched in so long. Let's see.
I'm just trying to think.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes long. Long take on Goodfellas. So like, let me just skim through it so you can see it. Showing them getting out the car. Going into this restaurant. Back door. This one, kitchen.
Oh man, there's a lot of stuff happening in that background too.
Yep. Going in here, greeting people, running to separate people, waiters coming around, people serving. There's got to be a lot of cues going on. And they sit at the table, have a conversation, showing the band, everything.
There's so many people you have to rely on.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
That's one of the greatest shots ever done, but I just could not imagine adding that to a film you already have to do. You have to manage millions of dollars in budgeting and actors. I'm like, oh, let's just shoot and cut this shit. Like, you'll get the same feel. Why do we have to do this all in one shot?
Perfection is key to a lot of people.
Yeah, that's why you're one of the greatest, for sure. Damn. You have a conspiracy theory that you believe that's like, whoa, that blew your mind?
Oh, that we live in a simulation. Like, there's like an experiment they did, like this double slit experiment, where they send like light through these slits, and they would send it like as dots or whatever. But it would, when they would like start observing it, it would turn into like waves instead, or the waves would turn into dots. That's right. Because it was supposed to do a wave through these two slits.
Yeah.
And, but when they started observing it, it started doing a dot pattern or whatever afterwards.
Oh, shit.
And then what they did was they unplugged the thing that would detect what's going on. So they put it there, but they unplugged it so it wouldn't work. And it returned, and it still did it. Or no, wait, no, it returned to normal. But then when they plugged it in halfway through, sending the light through, it changed midway, right when they plugged it in. And it started like actually sensing stuff.
Damn.
So it in theory, they're saying that those particles went back millions of years in time. And they're saying it's working like a simulation would. So
that's crazy.
It opens up a whole lot of possibilities of
like multiverse shit.
What the hell's going on right now?
Yeah. That's one thing that made me think that was real, and that's deja vu. I've had times where I'm locked into deja vu. I'm like, this is about to happen. This is about to happen. And it happens.
It's like a whole day.
No, it's just like small increments for me. Like, it could be like 30 seconds, a minute, something like that. I'm like, I've been here before. This is about to happen. Such and such is going to walk in. He's going to tell me something about Tupac. Shit like that. Oh. And it's like, it happens like that. And I'm like, damn, what is that? Is that multiverse shit, or is that?
Dude, it could be a whole bunch of things. I mean,
yeah.
You flip a coin enough, it's going to come up with what you want it to enough times. You know? It's just like.
I mean, that's just something that you see. It's a feeling, but it's also something you see. It's like you can visualize exactly what it is, like faintly. Like,
I've had dreams that I've lived, it seems like. But where it's like, oh, I dream about this, and then it ends up happening sometime in my near future. Where it's like little scenes like that.
So that's a premonition. That's what that is.
But that's the thing. Was I actually dreaming?
I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. I've had premonitions before. Like my little brother died, but something is always different from my premonition. So I remember I was coming from court. This is like 2005, 2006. And I think it was 2006. No, it was about to be 2006. I was coming from court, and my aunt was driving, and I don't know what the fuck happened, but it was like the distance of a half a block. I saw in driving like 30 miles an hour. I saw my dad, who was driving a white Thunderbird, get into a car accident and die. Like that fast. It was like, what the fuck? And I told my auntie about it. She was like, you need to call him. So I called him, and he was like, he was telling me, I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry. I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to stay at home today. I'm like, cool. Just don't go nowhere. I don't know what's going on. That was weird. It was almost like a flash. So then, I got the call later on because my little brother wasn't living with me. He was living with his mom. So I got the call that he got hit by a car. He got hit by a white Cadillac car while he was driving on his bike. And they airlifted him, and he died. He broke his neck and died. So he was, 10 years old? So I was just like, what the fuck? No, he was like 11. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And it was just the same way, like the scenery, all this stuff, white car, and different person died.
So does that make you think maybe I warn, like if that happens again, like you see that, you going to warn all your family about certain stuff?
I've done that before after that. Trying to warn as many people as I could think of. Like, I remember when my cousin died a couple years ago, I was playing Frisbee, and that's how I tore up my knee. But I was playing Frisbee that morning, and I was up all night. I hadn't been to sleep. I got in the studio, and I was thinking about him heavily, and I hadn't seen him in months. I was like, thinking about him heavily. I'm like, man, what the fuck is going on? And the next morning, they said he died. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I was just thinking about him a few hours ago.
Man.
And it could have been at the exact same time when he was actually dying from overdose. So.
They always say, like, what is it? Like, your ears are burning or something when someone's talking.
Their ears ringing?
Ears are ringing or something. Yeah, when someone's talking about you.
Yeah.
And it's like, how much of a connection does that shit actually hold?
Yeah.
Like, something bad can happen when someone's actually just thinking about you.
Yeah. That's wild. I think we just picking up frequencies that's out there, like a specific frequency, whether it be a radio or whatever. That's what I think when that happens, because it's so like, it's like,
what is that?
Right. Right.
Is that a bee in the room?
Right. So conspiracy theories for me, I think the biggest one is 9/11, but I mean, that's pretty much confirmed.
Right. I mean, it's not really a conspiracy theory anymore.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, who did it? Who was behind it? Was it demolition? All that? Because some people still think it's planes that did it.
All I gotta say is when you do an AI video of a plane hitting a skyscraper, that fucker stands.
Mm-hmm. But see, what's the word? Like, we know that, like, physically, that building ain't gonna fall. We know that for a fact. Like, if you think about it, it could be, you can build a small structure model version of that and use fireworks to blow up the top. It's still not gonna crumble on top of itself.
Well, you would have to use fireworks at the levels that they said the planes.
No. I'm saying if you take the fireworks and they're supposed to be the plane. Like, for instance, if Mike Tyson punch you in your head and you collapse, it's because everything is controlled by your brain. Now, if you were some structure or whatever and you get hit in the top of your head, either you're going to lean and topple over, you're not going to crumble on top of yourself. Nothing works like that.
It depends when you're thinking about it on like what if you get hit me in the solar plexus, you know? Mm-hmm. I'm crumbling on top of myself. Just straight up. Just
But that's still controlled by your brain.
But you're trying to say like the top of a skyscraper is the brain, you know?
Yeah. No. I'm not saying. I'm saying the reason why you would fall is because everything is controlled by your brain. We know a building is not like that. So for that building to fall at freeform speed took like 10 seconds. It had to be demolished.
It would slow down if it was just
right,
and it was just not planned to fall like that.
That's what I'm saying. Right. So, and then they said it had a reinforced steel core. We talking about a building that was blown up in '85. You remember the bombing? You familiar with that? That building was bombed at the base, I think, in 1985, I believe. Let me look at it. You remember Biggie was like, trying to get paid, blow up like the World Trade. You know, let me see what year that was.
You know where the new World Trade Center is?
Yeah, Freedom Tower.
Is it the UAE, the biggest one now?
Oh, I don't know. I'm talking about in America. Dubai? I thought it was 80. It was not 85. I'm way off. That was 93. I thought something blew up in 85. Am I getting that mixed up with Chernobyl?
Is that Oklahoma City bombs?
No. That was 95. I know for a fact I was in Oklahoma when that happened. But 93, that's when they bombed the World Trade Center. And even then, it didn't fall. So you telling me that a plane can hit it? And then, have you ever seen how jet fuel, how flammable it is?
Oh, it's hella flammable.
It's not.
What?
It's not. That's the crazy part.
When it's ignited, it is.
Let me show you.
Because you just blow air through it, and that's what makes turbines work faster.
Right. Jet fuel flammable. Let me show you.
This is jet fuel.
Well, yeah, you can't just light it with
this is gasoline.
Right. So
it's not as flammable as gasoline.
It's not.
Correct.
Right.
But if you were to use like a jet lighter where it's just like it's a lot hotter of a temp.
Right. Facts.
That will light.
Facts. Now, if you look at that and you say, okay, this plane, even when it hit the building, that building was not even affected like that. Like it didn't shake like that, like you would think. It was like almost like the building swallowed the plane up. That's how massive that building was and how well it was built. Reinforced steel core. It got hit close to the top, and then all of a sudden it falls at free fall speed out of nowhere. And then you have buildings that fell that didn't even get hit. Come on, man, that's a bunch of bullshit, bro.
Yeah,
and I don't know if you know what squibs are. So that's just like
a bullet that fucks up, right?
No, it's like puffs when you show a demolished building, a demolition. It's like puffs of I guess concrete and debris that comes out in lower levels before that part of the building is falling. That's what squibs are. And they were shown right there. It was clear that a few floors down, this shit was getting blown up in succession.
I mean, I can sort of agree with that, but also if you have like, it's starting to come down, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of that dust and debris, it has to go somewhere.
And if
the stairwells are open and everything, all that shit's just getting pushed out and it's just plumes of smoke.
So what do you think? You think the plane just eventually just killed the center of the building and then it fell? Like, what are you thinking?
Oh, I mean, I'm just saying that when you hit like a center point like that and it just burns enough, it can end up collapsing that whole floor to where everything just start dropping down. But like you were saying, it doesn't happen at free fall speeds.
That's insane, right?
All the other braces down below it are still good.
Right.
So that tension has to hit first.
It has to slow.
And inertia, even with gravity helping it, is still going to slow down if you're hitting a solid object.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's what makes no sense. Oh, and then they found bone fragments that shouldn't have been anywhere near that building. So it could be blown up. There's only one conclusion to come up with. How do you find bones as like yards, like 30, 40, 50, 100 yards away? Bones of people.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, if you're crushing, if the people are getting crushed while it's, falling down and everything, how is that going to make those bones go all the way over there? That's a good point.
Then this dude put a new insurance policy on the building 2 months prior, $15 million insurance policy. He got back over $7 billion for that building. And then they had things like, it was certain levels that was shut off to construction. Like certain levels that just shut off every day. It's like, what the fuck is going on? They killed those people.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's fucked up.
I mean, our government is not shy to doing fucked up things. Like, you know about how we made this like whole fake ass project to go and recover parts of a Russian sub at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, right?
What do you think that was about?
That was exactly it.
I'm saying I don't know anything about that. Wait,
oh, really?
Explain that to me.
It was like the something explorer. It was like this deep sea exploring expedition that we were supposedly doing, and we had this like giant ass ship with a big ass like crane on it. And we were saying it's like the Mars, not Mars, the Mar something. I think it started with an M, but it's definitely Explorer. They were going over there to like, oh, we're going to explore like the Mariana Trench or something. And what they ended up doing was they were just going over there to go to this Russian sub to pull it from literally the bottom of the ocean to come and steal the military secrets.
Damn.
Secrets, by the way, crime. War crime.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it was done by the CIA. It was hella secret. Let me see if I can find that for you.
Yeah, this guy named Larry Silverstein. That's the one that got all that money from the World Trade Center. I had to look him up. No, I heard something fucked up about Tesla. So they say, yeah, they say Tesla wanted to come up with free universal energy, and he was trying to come up with something where everybody can have access to energy at any time, like Wi-Fi. Mm-hmm. And I forgot who the guy was, but he was like, "How do you put a meter on that?" And he was like, "You can't." All of a sudden, he come up missing. But when he died, they invaded his
all those secrets.
Yeah. And they came in there and they took that shit first.
Yep. Within 20 hours, I think it said. Yeah.
And it was supposed to be somebody related to Trump that did it.
Supposedly. And then like his time machine and everything, that they use that to go back.
That's crazy, yo.
I've seen it. But I thought you were meaning like Elon Musk Tesla, because no, I should say
everything
he's doing is to explore space. Like he wants us to, inhabit Mars. Yeah. So he's got his robots he's building. Mm-hmm. He's got his electric cars. He's got his internet for Starlink, and then he's got his launching shuttles and everything. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of everything he's trying to do to get us to be not dependent completely on the earth is starting to come to fruition.
Yeah, and he's building tunnels.
Yep, the tunnel system with the rails for the Teslas and everything. Yep.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that dude. Like, do what you want, bro.
People are so pissy about him though. They're like, "Oh, he's rich though." Yeah.
What's something that that you see people doing? Hold on, I got another conspiracy theory for you.
Okay.
All right, so you know how they say Lucifer is the morning star, right? Mm-hmm. And there's other civilizations, ancient civilizations, that call him the light bringer. People that say he enlightens people. He's given them the ability to choose. He's given them the ability to think for themselves. I have a theory, and there's several books that was removed from the Bible that I guess they all kind of speak to the same theory. What if Lucifer is not inherently evil? What if he's just anti-God?
Well, I mean, they say that Jesus was a shepherd. What do shepherds, lead?
Right. That's a conspiracy theory. Like, what if he's just like anti what God wanted to do? They said he was jealous of humans, but we know that can be interpretation because from what I've seen,
not in that aspect though, because God controlled heaven, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they got all of his attention at that point, right? So then he started going elsewhere to put his focus.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like I see the jealousy. It's like, what about us?
That's the jealous part, right? I was gonna get to that. So he was like, there are certain people that believe he's saying, okay, you love them so much. How do you know that you love them if you won't give them free will or you won't tell them the truth and then let them decide? Then you'll know who you love. And to me, I don't know if that's wrong, because like, if I have a kid and I lock them up in a room, never let them see anything like that, and I say, oh shit, it stopped. Yeah, my bad. That was the devil did that. Hold on. Let's see.
Man, you know I grew up fucking 5 blocks away from here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, on the other side of the road though.
Okay, that's cool. We were discussing Lucifer and all that. So even when they bring up the Cuckoo Khan, there's always somebody that takes on the image of a serpent and have a lot of the same characteristics as the devil or whatever. Also, there's no depiction in the Bible of the devil having horns and having this ugly face and all this other shit. They said he was the most beautiful. He was the most,
You're talking about like Baphomet with the goat.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of that stuff that we know to be true is almost like brainwashing. It's like, but we never ask the question. Like I was saying, if I have a kid and I sit them in a room from birth, don't let them see anything. Don't let them go anywhere. Just say, your only thing you're supposed to do is worship me. Is he living to his full potential? Is he somebody that I can say I can actually judge, or is he just a reflection of me? You understand?
I think it's more so a control thing.
What do you mean, religion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's theocracy in general, you know. It's like it's used as a way to subdue and keep things running smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I agree a lot of times because a lot of different religions say the same thing.
You know, so it's good to be good to people and do all this other, you know, good things and whatnot, but you know, they live by those rules so that, you know, they can control them into thinking, you know, like nothing's wrong, nothing's out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Continue living your life, but be a good person. Live by these rules.
Yeah. And that's crazy because like I'm not a Satanist. I'm not any of that. I'm straight up about God. But it's like you have to question, like wonder, what if, you know, like you ever heard or are you familiar with Lilith?
Yeah. Supposedly the wife before Eve.
Yeah. And stuff like that. Yeah, I'm like, what if this is true? Like, we don't know. This stuff that was written thousands of years ago. How do we know for sure what's what?
Oh, we don't.
Yeah.
You have to have faith. That's what the whole religion's based off of.
Right.
It's just faith.
Right. And then another thing that always rubbed me wrong, because I grew up in the church and shit, but I always like, how do y'all know what's God and what's the devil? Like you just say anything you don't like is the devil. What if that's God too? Because in the Bible, God killed a lot of people. Mm-hmm. You know, God showed his wrath. So how do you know? You know?
It's a good point because you also have like the story of Job, you know, where they did all this bad thing. Like it was a bet against the devil, you know, but it's like you let all this bad stuff happen. So in that situation, it was God, right?
Right.
So how do you know it doesn't carry over to everything else bad that happened.
That's what I'm saying. And then they say God is a jealous God. It's like, but then you say Lucifer's jealous of humans. So it's kind of like, well, what are we talking about here?
Infallibility begets infallibility.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, man, that's one of the ones that I'm like, I ain't gonna say a conspiracy. Well, it is kind of a conspiracy theory, but they always say that Lucifer's job was, or his mission was to enlighten humans. It wasn't to be evil towards them. It was to enlighten them. So I'm just like, I don't know. Not saying he's a great guy, whatever. I know I'm not with it. I'm just asking the question.
It could be a twist.
Yeah.
Just a little twist. But you can also like rank jealousy in certain tiers,
Mm-hmm.
Like
that's true.
Jealousy of position, jealousy of possessions.
Yeah.
There's levels to jealousy for sure.
That's true. That's true. It could be taken out of context in a lot of different ways. But I just think when you have so many different civilizations from all over the world that's saying the same thing, it must be some truth to it. Like I was watching Ancient Aliens one time, and they went into this Mayan temple, and this thing was covered in moss and grass for thousands of years. But when they looked at the drawings on the wall, it clearly shows a rocket, a man with a helmet, a steering wheel facing towards the sky. How do you explain that?
That's some Star Trek shit right there.
That's what I'm saying, right? Either there's some time travel going on, aliens are real, something.
Well, when it comes to the pyramids, like people are like, oh, aliens built the pyramids.
Mm-hmm.
There's videos of a dude on YouTube who's taking these giant slabs of rock, and I'm talking huge, like they're like a half ton or a ton, and he's just easily moving them by fulcrums and like just certain little things that he developed. Like he can turn like a whole like pillar that you would use just by using little divots like this. It just on its own like weight, you can just easily just push it.
Oh,
so
crazy.
If you do it on a bigger scale, obviously you'll need like say 5 people.
Yeah,
but you can still move it very, very easily with things that he's.
When it comes to moving them, I know a lot of people think about it and they're just like, oh, how did they do this? But my thing is the precision. How were they able to
agree on that?
How were they able to cut granite that precise and move it thousands of miles or 500 miles, however much it was?
That is a good point.
It's the precision for me. 'Cause at first you look at it, you think, oh, well, this was just formed or maybe, they just cut grooves in it. No, they're completely separate. And then they align perfect with Orion's belt. Like, come on, bro.
How about the intricacies of the writing and like the gold that they inlaid in the inside of some of those?
That too.
It's just like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they say the outside was covered in limestone, but the interior, like King's Chamber, there's a block of granite that's like, I forgot how much it is, but it's some massive amount.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. It's like 100-ton granite.
Just a big ass. I'm like, what the fuck? What was this for?
Keeping people out. Like they had traps that would end up sealing the chambers. Where once that's sealed, you can't get out. Period. You're dead.
Yeah. What do you think it was used for? The pyramids.
It's just like monuments nowadays, like for tombs. It's just like, I'm great. Remember me.
There's no evidence of any tomb. There's never been any sarcophagus found in there.
Right, because who would want to be disturbed,
Yeah.
It's like you have all these rich, like they made intricate tunnel systems in those pyramids.
Yeah.
And until we get some kind of technology that can scan the entire depth of the pyramid 100% accurately, we will never know if there's actual hidden burial chambers where the actual, pharaohs are.
Say they found water at the base of it.
Oh, I know what you mean. Like with the Mr. Beast one or whatever.
Yeah. I think so. I saw it somewhere. I don't know who said it.
But has anyone gone scuba diving in there?
I would never.
I wouldn't either. You got me fucked up.
Some mercury is probably in it. No. But no, I think it was some type of power source. That's what I believe. Because why do we have pyramids on so many different continents?
That's a good question, yeah. Because it's not just, the locale of the Middle East.
Right.
It's, you have the Aztecs and Mayans who did their types of pyramids in different ways, but still exact same type of structure.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me.
And they used theirs for sure for like ritualistic purposes and stuff that aligned with the sun and moon.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a point there. It could be used as some type of power source or something that we don't know about.
Yeah.
That's just lost to time.
I agree. Crazy, man. What kind of music you listen to?
Man, I listen to all kinds of shit. If it's not opera, in most cases I'll listen to it.
I ain't think about opera.
But like recently I've just been listening to a bunch of angsty white boy music, I guess you could.
What is that?
Like Swaco.
Angsty white boy music. What the hell does that mean?
Like, there's one called like "Loser" by Swaco. He's just like,
let me look this up.
Yeah, like you would know exactly what I mean.
Angsty white boy music. Loser by how you? Oh, SUE.
Yep, CO.
Let me check this out.
If I had a death note, I would write my name on it.
It just fills the silence.
This is like the old school Tony Hawk soundtrack from the. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, I like some of that shit. Like that's what they played a lot of time on like Crazy Taxi and shit. Like,
yeah, it fills the silence of like whatever you're doing.
Yeah, let me see if I can find one.
I know exactly. Like some Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
90s music.
No, not that. Damn.
But yeah, that is something. Dude, there's this black dude who does country, sort of. It's kind of like the Offspring.
Like this shit.
But no, there's this black dude that does country, Shabuzi.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to his shit. He's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I like him too. At first, see, that's the thing about black people doing country. You be like, are you trying to make a joke? Are you trying to be serious? But that dude is supremely talented and he's authentic too. Yeah, I like him too. That name, I don't really get it, but
I
don't get it.
It works for him, I guess.
Yeah.
But music's all right, but I can live without it for the most part.
Yeah.
Just because of how shit music is nowadays.
Bro.
I like older music more so.
It's trash. Like, of course I like rap music, but man, the rap music I be hearing now is so trash. I'm like, God damn, bro. Then like, I still listen to it as they call it. I just found this out. They call it dad rock now. I listen to like
Death Punch shit.
I listen to like Creed, Nickelback, that type of shit. Like Goo Goo Dolls. Sometimes I listen to that type of shit. Yeah,
I listen to some Iris.
Iris is my shit.
Yeah, man.
I listen to that type of shit. What else? When it comes, I just can't get into like the heavy metal. Sound like demonic worship and shit like that. That bullshit. I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
But you're just cool with that easy listening, no matter what genre, really.
Yeah, I like that. I like it. I don't really like EDM shit either.
Just noise to you?
Yeah.
I used to like it back in my party days, but now it's just noise now.
Sound redundant, right?
It's like, how many times have I heard this sound?
Yep. A bunch of electronic sounds, and I'm just like, no, I'm cool. What else do I like? I mean, I like some country. Like I listen to Kane Brown. As you said, Shabuzi. I listen to him. I like, if you're talking rap, like I like ESTG now. I still fuck with Jeezy. I like, still like a lot of shit, but for the most part, man, it's just popcorn ass. Everybody saying the same thing. Beats sound the same. Just shoot 'em up, kill 'em, and fucking prostitute rap. I don't want to hear that shit.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I'd listen to Eminem all day long just because of his lyricism.
Yeah, bro. I ain't hear none of that bullshit. That's why I make the music I want to hear. So, but yeah.
Make something that you like and then make some money off of it too.
Yeah, man. But yeah, bro. You want to get into anything else before we get out of here? Or?
Man, there was something I wanted to say, but I forget what it is now. That's what sucks about having heavily, like a bad form of ADHD. Like I'm focused on something.
Yeah.
Like I'd be wanting to talk to you about something, but we're talking about something else, so I'm focusing directly on that.
Yeah.
And then as soon as my focus is away from what I thought in my head, it's just gone.
Same.
And there's no coming back to it either.
Yeah.
I'm long gone away from there.
Yeah. No, me and this guy, we debate or we have discussions on Facebook all the time. And it's refreshing to talk to somebody that actually knows what they're talking about or can have a position on something, and we don't have to be like arguing or getting mad
choking
about
each other out over
right,
some
right.
bullshit.
Right. So
we can agree to disagree on certain things.
Right.
Without getting upset about it.
Right. And I think we need to have more conversations like this to just get different perspectives and to see where somebody's coming from. I think tribalism and, like I said, echo chambers and shit like that is ruining the world everywhere, bro. You have people that have never, like I say it all the time, there's women out here that never had a real honest conversation with a man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we never got into feminism.
Let's go. Let's go. That's true. Let's get into that. Fuck it.
All right. So let's talk about who you would rather work on you during a surgery, a man or a woman.
I think it would depend on what the surgery is for.
Surgery at all. Because hear me out.
If I had to choose on any surgery, it'd probably be a man.
A man. Yeah. Why is that?
Because I think men are more intentional. They won't let emotions fuck with what they
exactly. What if that surgeon who got called to your surgery, like emergency surgery, say you got into a car wreck or whatever, right? Let's say they got the call that their kid was in that same car wreck, and they like, died. Fuck you. Yeah. Would you rather the mom, who's the doctor, that's the surgeon, work on you,
or the man? Because men are more principle based.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I feel like he's going to be more steady in his job, right, regardless of the situation. Right. Now, let's talk about feminism and how men's brains do not develop as early as women's. Okay. So we've pushed this narrative of feminism of women are just as good as men, blah, 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 blah. We need equal, opportunities for women, blah, blah, blah.
And I'm going to challenge you on that. Men's brains not developing the same, because I think they develop in different ways. I think a man learns like physicality more than a woman at that age. I think women learn more practicality, like, oh, they'll sit there and look at something for longer periods of time. They have more patience.
Right. I am talking about, though, with like, say, a doctor. Okay. At 18 is when they start their college journey, right? Their brain isn't as developed as for a man, right? Okay. But we're pushing for all these equal opportunities for women and whatnot. And then before feminism, it was like I think it was a 16% increase of men graduating college than women. And now it's already switched to the extreme of, the same percentage, except it's women over men. Yep. And then that can also contribute to it was the push for women to go to college, and then to do more, to not be at home. That's what that stemmed from. So a lot less men are getting into the important fields that they still need to be in, but women are the dominant factor, which is the heel, occupations, where it's like,
nurses, caregivers,
aid, hospice workers, all of that, right? Because they have that bedside manner as being like mothers and endearing, parents and whatnot. But you still need the men to carry the surgeries and stuff like that. So feminism can hurt us if we don't switch to AI robots faster.
That's a theory.
But there's also the feminism in households where, I don't need a man. And then if one man grows up without a father because his mother didn't need a man to help, he is fighting this internal battle in himself. And then once he has a child, it leads to more problems down the road, even if he is present in that situation.
Either that or he's going to overcompensate.
Yep. Or he's just going to dip out just like, say, his dad did. Or like, say, if it was a death, then he may not overcome that. And it just trickles down into negativity to your children.
Right.
Just like how you were saying earlier, it's like your parent isn't the superhero anymore when you grow up. It's just like they're just children as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I agree with you on all of that. I think my primary issue with feminism is how it's destroyed and corrupted the family. Because if you look at the foundation for anything great, it starts with family in this country, and especially this country. So when I see all this division being called and all of that, I just think it's wrong. And I think it's not doing a good service to women. Like, think about it. We're telling our women that you're only worth anything when you adopt the nature of men. When you adopt the jobs that men do, or you try to compete with a man, that's the only way you're worth something. So where are we starting this point of view? It's like a man should be masculine all the time. I don't think a man should get the right to choose. And I think a woman should be feminine all the time. I don't think she should get the right to choose. Like I said, the universal law is balance. I believe in the yin and the yang. So if you look at a yin and a yang, they're equal, but they're not identical. It's not the same.
They're exactly inverted.
Right. The right portion. And there's a bit of each in each of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a tiny bit of masculinity that a woman should have and an enormous amount of femininity. I think there's a tiny bit of femininity that a man should have, an enormous amount of masculinity. That's the only way it's going to work properly. Mm-hmm. That's one of my main issues when it comes to LGBT shit. That's one of my main issues when it comes to a lot of this shit. If you look at, a lot of this crime and all these murders and shootings that's happening in the black community, they usually come from single mother homes. Mm-hmm. They usually don't grow up around a man that shows them how to regulate their emotions or how to conflict resolve. Like, what are we doing here when it's like, oh, you hurt my feelings, or you talk to my girl, I want to kill you? What? That's not even principle based.
No. That's emotion.
Right. Even fucking Genghis Khan murdered people based on principle. Mm-hmm. And he was a piece of shit.
Yeah, he was. Major piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, raping and pillaging. Everything, nothing's off the table.
Right. Even he did it on principle, not emotion. So it's like when you fully just say, fuck it, I'm about to throw my life away, ruin my family, not care about my kids, all that because my emotions, something's wrong, terribly wrong at the nucleus.
Yep.
So that's my main issue with feminism. And I grew up around some really masculine women. My grandmother was like the most feminine woman in the world. And my aunts, my mom, they was all masculine. I was like, what the fuck happened? How did this even happen? It's the world, man. It was the media. It's the influence. It's all of that shit that changed women into this.
It was also a not wanting to accept any sort of criticism.
That too.
Like, even if they're struggling and they're not doing great at a certain point in time, someone could tell them that, and they're like, "You can't tell me shit."
Yeah. And you know, this is how you know that to be true. They all come up with the same script. It's almost like they were taught this shit as little girls. Oh, you hate women. Oh, you must be gay. Oh, it's this, that, and how dare you say something to me? You're a man. You must be sassy. Why? You say you want a man to lead, right? So how the fuck can I lead you when I can't fucking put my hands on you? I can't tell you nothing. I can't even give you any type of direction. No, you want somebody to shut the fuck up and do what you tell them to do while you lead. That's what you want to do.
Right.
So that's my main issue when it comes to feminism. I don't see the good in it at fucking all.
Because you're keeping a parent, like raising a child is not a one person job.
Facts.
No matter which way you want to cut it
Facts.
And try to, skew the system. Like, sure, someone with a single parent with enough money can raise a child with values and everything, but what helps supplement that?
It's not optimal.
Yeah, and it's not optimal either.
Yeah.
They're going to have deficiencies here and there and then problems down the road with certain type of coping and other things like that. But when you have a 2-person household, you have the emotional standpoint, you have the logical standpoint.
Balance.
Yep. That exact balance that you were talking about.
Yep.
And you can't supervise a child with just one person who's working a 9-to-5 job.
That too.
Like, not in any world.
Yep. So the world is raising these kids, and the sad part is, I just thought about. I'm like, man, there's people that I graduated high school with that are grandparents. I'm like, damn, we a whole generation behind trying to figure this shit out and learn from it, and it's crazy because my oldest is 10, so I don't have the grown kid and all sort of shit, and I'm trying to be the grandparent. I'm not. That's not my dynamic. My best friend, he's a grandparent now, and we the same age. So I be thinking like, damn, I'm a whole generation behind. But if I wasn't, my mindset would have been different even back then. So there's people, and this is the echo chamber problem. There's people that'll never hear somebody speak like this. They'll never hear a man speak like when I'm speaking. So the second I come at them and say, yo, why are you doing that? Like, why are you moving like that? Maybe you should do this. Maybe you should do. You hate women. You're a misogynist. No, I don't. I actually love women. In fact, the man that's on my shirt, Malcolm X, he used to say, what's happening to our women? He had this whole speech. I forgot the words from it, but he was talking about what's happening to our women. Why are we dependent on the government? Why are we dependent on this? Da 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 da. Don't you know they trying to remove the man from the household so they can have control over you, so they have more influence on your kids? It's like the elites and the people, and this ain't a race thing. This is a class thing, because if you look at the elites and the people that shaped American civilization or society, these motherfuckers all want control. That's it. At the end of the day, if they don't have that, they feel like they have nothing. It's not even about their money. It's about what they can get with their money. So, nah. Nah.
Feminism also started by saying that women don't want motherhood, that men force them into motherhood.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear to God, you can go up to any woman 18 to 26 who doesn't have children, ask them, hey, do you want to be a mother? I guarantee lots of them, more than not, will say yes.
But they won't tell you when.
But we forced them into motherhood.
Yeah.
It's like that's a feeling that they want to have, not the one that we force them to have.
Listen to this right here. I think this is the one.
One thing that I became aware of in my traveling recently through Africa and the Middle East, in every country that you go to, usually the degree of progress can never be separated from the woman. If you're in a country that's progressive, the woman is progressive. If you're in a country that reflects a consciousness toward the importance of education, it's because the woman is aware of the importance of education. But in every backward country, you'll find the women are backward. And in every country where education is not stressed, it's because the women don't have education. So one of the things I became thoroughly convinced of in my recent travels is the importance of giving freedom to the woman, giving her education, and giving her the incentive to get out there and put that same spirit and understanding in the children.
Facts.
So he's saying knowledge is power.
Yeah, that's all he's saying. But he also said, with all of that power comes great responsibility. The problem is they want all the power, no responsibility. They want the responsibility of a fucking child. They want zero accountability, but they want all the power. And that's crazy. Why? Do you really think this shit is good for the world? That's not good for anyone.
No. Yeah. That type of system does not last forever. It
Right.
crumbles eventually.
Facts. So yeah, I'm heavy on the teachings of Malcolm X, man. He said one time, he was like, I'm a hard man on a woman. And he was telling his wife that, like, I'm a hard man on a woman. He told her that when they first met. It's like, she was like, why? It's like, because the woman is the first teacher of the child. Like, she's the person spending most of the time with the child. Even if she don't want to, she's probably going to. Mm-hmm. So you should be the most influential. If you want to change the next generation, you got to get to the women. If the youth is fucked up, it's usually because the women is fucked up. There's almost never a time where bad children come from great women. I'm just saying, or great parenting in general. Yeah. There's almost never a bad time. Almost never a time where that happens. So if you, like, I saw this one experiment done, and I talked about this on the podcast before. They had I think it was in New Orleans. It was a project, and each building had like 12 families or something like that, all single mothers, all of them. In this same community, they brought in 2 men that were single fathers. Within 6 months to a year, that whole community, the crime level went down. They had a garden. It was productive. There was more going. Like, even the women started to shape up and shit. I'm like, damn, ain't this crazy? Like, just by putting 2 men in a situation where you had 24 families, you changed everything about it. Because that balance was missing. It was completely gone. That's why you had chaos.
You had men leading by example.
Yeah.
And showing it. This is how good it can be.
Exactly. What they did, they came in, they brought in like a boxing ring and shit to show these dudes how to resolve their issues instead of killing each other. Like, oh yeah, you feel like that? Go boxing. I'm going to teach you a trade. I'm going to teach you how to do this. I'm going to teach you how to be an electrician, a plumber. I'm going to teach you something. Because the problem is they didn't have nothing. The only thing they saw was, oh, the person getting the money is the drug dealer. The person that get the respect is the killer. I'm going to be one of those. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything outside of that is unattainable because I've never seen it before, ever. So this is all I know. I was a kid that was like that. I remember seeing the dude selling the dope is the one with the nice car. That's the one that gets the respect from his woman. That's the one that get the pretty girl. I'm finna sell drugs. That's all I cared about. So
yeah, that's an environment issue for sure.
Yeah.
But, America has definitely strayed away from the whole family life.
Oh yeah, absolutely, bro. And
it's just been detrimental.
Yeah, it's killing everything, man. You can't, I don't care how pretty a house look. If the foundation is fucked, the house is fucked. That's just the way I see it. And the family is the house, is the foundation.
How many single presidents have we elected?
As single men?
Single men.
Shit, none, I don't think.
Shouldn't that like point us in the right direction that family is important?
It should be.
If we're not going to elect someone who's a single man.
See, I have a different opinion when it comes to, like, I'm not into monogamy like that. I think it's good for society, but I also think it's anti-nature.
Monogamy?
Yeah.
Oh, I can see that in an aspect. And I can also see in our economy, polygamy is the way you get ahead.
Oh yeah,
but absolutely. People's pride and their jealousy will get
and their indoctrination
every time.
Yeah, because like, oh man, it's a deep convo.
Man, you're always taught as a kid, share your things.
Yeah,
but when it comes to women, oh fuck no.
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's a deep one, man. Because I'm like, bro, I look at it and I say quality over quantity. And what I mean by that is everybody's always trying to, there's one man for every one woman. First of all, it's a bunch of bullshit, right? Mm-hmm. Especially in the black community, because black women date outside their race. I mean, less than anybody. Like anybody, no matter how you try to slice it, Korean, white, whatever. Anybody, they date outside their race less than anybody. So the numbers even skewed even more than that. Then if you add in the homosexual aspect of it, a man is more likely to accept a woman's having a homosexual past than a woman is like to accept a man doing that.
Right.
Then if you add in the 900,000+ that's in prison, black men.
Right.
Right.
You got a point.
Then you got to bring up hypergamy, because a lot of women date up. They date. Okay, you could find a woman that's a 5, and she can go sleep with a dude that's an 8 or 9. She could do that because men will sleep with a lot of women.
But what makes him an 8 or a 9? His looks, his money,
his everything that the market says he's worth.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, because it's.
So he's tall, good looking, has a lot of money or a good job, a nice car, and a house.
Right. For example, at certain places in Africa where a skinny Victoria's Secret model is seen as ugly and disgusting. So it's whatever the market determines is his value. These women can sleep up all this other stuff, and they think that's their level for commitment. All he doing is running through all of them, fucking as many as he want. So if you look at nature, it's the same way fucking lions act. Oh, I'm gonna stick to the male that's dominating. I'm stick to the male that's the king. We're gonna be in survival mode. So I just think there a long time ago, a bunch of like dudes that couldn't get women, nerdy motherfuckers, I don't know what they was. They said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna come up with this system that says I can own a woman." This is to show ownership. That's what the first marriage contracts were. It was like the right to kill your woman if she cheats on you.
Beat her with a rod, no bigger than your pinky, or
yeah,
Bible.
Yeah, like, shit like that. So,
or a switch or something.
Yeah, and then you add the government to your shit. It's like that's what they don't want. Think about it. If I got not me, let's say Andrew Tate, right? Andrew Tate got 5 women. I think he has 6, but anyway, let's say he has 5 women. All five of those women are taken care of. All five of those children that he has with those women are taken care of. They all have a father. They all have somebody to look up to, leadership, all this other shit. All those women have a man. Yeah. Who the fuck said it has to be 1 and 1? Who made that shit up?
That's a good point. Well, I mean, if I'm going to assume, I'm going to assume it's based off of like old school times where, like, let's say Japan, right, where they had clans. Mm-hmm. So it's like I'm going to have 5 wives having 5 of my children at once, and I'm going to have each of them have 4 of my children. So then I just had 20 children. And then my clan becomes too big before long, and then I try to overthrow another like domineering clan.
Yeah.
So it's kind of feudal, I feel like.
But even that's survival.
Well, yeah, that's all for survival.
So I'm saying, we're supposed to be fruitful and multiply, right? Yeah. We're supposed to do our best as far as growth and development. So how did we get to a point where we just like, no, you can't do that. That's somehow wrong. I don't see how. The numbers don't say that. If back when they were sending young men off to war all the time, you thought they were sending the same amount of women to war?
Fuck no.
That's what I'm saying. We die at a different rate than they do.
There's a reason Saving Private Ryan was a movie they made.
Yeah, like, dude, yeah, because they had to go get the son that, yeah, like, bro, it's so many different things, but you talk to people about this shit and they don't live in reality, so there's no way you can explain it to them, even from a numbers aspect. It just doesn't make sense. How many women are gonna die alone? And on top of that, y'all like to date older than you.
So your first question on the how many women are going to die alone?
Mm-hmm.
A lot more now because of how they're all. I'm so independent. I don't need no man. And then that's when they're in their hoe phase, and then they get a little too older and have a little more baggage, and then the dudes are like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yep.
Because we hold our value better than women.
Exactly.
We age like a wine, and they're like, some moldy cheese, I guess. I mean, sure, it can be good, but it's not necessarily.
Yeah, it's real shit, bro. And that's the thing. They are not taught to, hey, you got to find your guy when your best chance is to find a guy. It's like we try to find our women when our best chance is to find a woman.
Luckily, we have a bigger time period.
Yeah. It's like, that's not even feminism. That's a fact.
That is, yeah. Because, I mean, who wants a woman in their 40s, their early 40s with 3 kids?
Right.
How about 2 kids?
Right.
Still not me.
Or no kids. Think about it.
Yeah.
She still can't have babies most of the time. Like, it's going to be a geriatric pregnancy or you got to get some type of help.
Even then, it's like, let's say you don't want kids. Mm-hmm. I'm going after that 36-year-old. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks a little better.
She looks better, and she ain't been through all the shit you've been through that I got to deal with.
And if I'm going after looking for a partner for an extended period of time, the younger one's going to live longer.
That too.
I'm here for longevity, not like, I'm not here for a short time, but a good time.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
It's that, those are her fertile years. And then this thing too, and this is one of my issues with feminism. They tell women, do everything like a man or do the same thing. It's the same thing. No, it's not, man. It's like a guy that sleeps with 5 women is not the same as a woman that sleeps with 5 dudes. Like if a woman sleeps with 5 dudes in a week or month, that's completely different from a guy sleeping with 5 women in a week or month. She's being conquered by 5 different dudes. 5 different dudes was inside of her body, leaving whatever. That's just the facts of the matter. Nobody made that up. That's nature. That eliminates your ability to pair bond. You can't pair bond with somebody and fall in love when you just gave your body to every dude that you saw. Yeah. Whereas a guy, he can go stick and move and then he gonna fall in love with that one woman. Like, oh, she different, bro. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think it's just a matter of experience. And I think it's also a matter of learning to love yourself for what you are, man. Like, I can't as a black man be like, oh, I just can't stand this dark skin, man. And this nappy hair. Like, what is that? No. Love yourself. You're unique.
And you're alive.
Right.
You have opportunity to do anything you want to put your mind to.
Right.
Like, sure, you have other factors that are going to hold you down and hold you back a little bit. Yeah. But it's like, you can still overcome that shit.
Right. And see, that's one of my biggest issues. Like, even when I see white people trying to like denounce their whiteness, it's like, why the fuck you doing that, man? Like, it's cool to be white. It's fine. It's a great thing in a lot of cases. Just be white.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't ask to be white.
Yeah.
You didn't ask to be black.
Right.
I'm just here like you are.
Right.
Doing my thing. Like,
that's my thing with it. I see that shit all the time. I see like it was this one white girl, she was online and she was telling me how she hate being white and she wish she was black. Black women are the most beautiful. They this, that. I'm like, either you pandering or there's something wrong with you. Like, just stop, bro.
I will say black women have like the most perfect skin ever. I'm so jealous of that shit.
They, in a lot of ways, they genetically superior.
But no, like, for what white people did in the past, I wasn't a part of that. I wasn't alive during all that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna hate myself for the things that my ancestry of my race did back in the day. Every race has done shitty things.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Right.
So it's like, when are we going to put that shit in the past and move on for the greater good of all of humanity?
I think the issue with that is I'm with you on that, like, because I don't see a better solution than that. But I think in a lot of people's minds, they don't want to be told to forget. Like, just like you tell a Jewish person, hey, just forget about the Holocaust. That was so long ago. Who cares? Like, if you're not telling them to forget, like, fuck, like, bro, my grandma picked cotton. She picked cotton when she was a little kid. That ain't that long ago. My mom was alive when Martin Luther King. No, she died. I mean, she was born a year after Martin Luther King was killed. So it ain't that long ago. I think people forget that, but I think it's important to not try to tell somebody get over it, because I would never tell a Jewish person, hey, just get over the Holocaust. Just get over it. Like, no, can't do that. But results driven, we have to.
Morgan Freeman put it the best. He was like, you want to know how to get past racism?
Stop talking about it.
Stop talking about it. You can think about it all you want. Yeah. You can remember it.
Right.
But just don't bring it up and it will cease.
And in that same instance, you got to stop. You got to stop being racist. You got to stop with the actions behind it. Just like you said, with the marketplace thing. Cool. That's self-preservation. That's what you've been taught, or that's something that, not saying you, but the example that you had.
Right.
That was something that you learned from learning experience or somebody else's experience. Fine. But if you automatically go in with that mindset, you can never change it. It's like, I can never change, the way I see myself as being put down and all this other shit. I'll never break out of that if I always think that I'm just less than because I've been treated like less than. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I remember having this conversation with somebody years ago. I'm like, dude, I never met a good cop in my life. Never. I never had a decent conversation with a police officer in my life. This was years ago. And then it happened one day. I'm like, damn, you're a real person. Before that, you were a KKK member to me. Mm-hmm. There was nothing good about you that I ever saw in my life. Anybody that wore that uniform, I never seen them treat people that's my color good. Even I remember this one kid, and he went to jail. I don't know what happened. There's too many different shit being said, too much different shit being said about it. But this kid ended up going to jail for killing his own kid or whatever. But I remember from being a good kid, an athlete, all sorts of shit, I saw the police hop out their car and pick a kid out of a crowd of kids and choke him out. Choked him the fuck out. Mm. And everybody around just started beating that cop ass because we knew that kid was not a bad kid. But it sent them down a path that was just like, fuck it, man. I can't get ahead.
In the system, basically.
Right.
He became a victim of the system.
Right. See, those are the things that's never talked about. But if you constantly allow yourself to be that person that's beat down, be that person that's mistreated, all this other shit, you will never get nowhere. That's why I think in my mind, I'm like, nah, I don't subscribe to that.
See, I'm not into defunding the police, but at the same time, as a white man, every time I see a cop when I'm driving, I look down at my speedometer. Why is that? Yeah, why do I have that anxiety in my fucking head?
There's nothing wrong with that.
But I shouldn't be worried about that when driving, when their slogan is to protect and serve.
That's true too. Because what does that have to do with it, with your initial job and what you're supposed to be doing? You put so much effort into this shit, but you don't put effort where it really belongs. I agree with you on that.
Like, what is someone speeding? Like, sure, if I'm speeding and driving recklessly, I'll get out. Yeah. Fine. Yeah. Stop me.
Right? I'm a danger. Yeah.
But if I'm driving 8 miles over the speed limit and so is everyone else,
right?
Go about your
mind your yeah, bro. You got better shit to do. Like, get the fuck on somewhere. And why you sitting on the side of the road all day waiting to find that one person?
Right. You just cashing in a paycheck?
Yeah. I agree with you on that 100%. 100%. And like I said, I've been to jail quite a bit. Like I don't know if it was 6 or 7 times. But anyway, I know for a fact that 3 of them, I didn't do shit wrong. I know for a fact, and that should never happen. You should never be able to strip somebody of their freedom, ruin their life off some shit that you just thought about or just felt like doing that day. That's not cool.
Because you're having a bad day.
Yeah, that shit ain't cool, bro. I mean, I'd have been beat up by the police, slammed up, arrested for something I didn't do. They didn't try to lie on me, all type of shit. I got one that's on YouTube.
Here, let me ask you this. Were you completely compliant? Yes, sir. No, sir. And then they still did that shit. Okay.
Yep. Like I said,
that kills that narrative of just comply.
Yep. I mean, like I said, I got one on YouTube where I'm literally, there's 2 guys trying to fight me. Got their shirts off and everything. I'm just standing there. I don't have my shirt off, none of that shit. Cop picks me out the crowd, starts arresting me. He's like, stop resisting. My arms are literally pulled all the way up here. And the guy that's holding the camera, he's like, he's not even resisting. Like, I'm literally just standing there. I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do? You put my arms way up here. He turns me around, puts me up against the car. He's still talking shit. I'm like, man, I ain't do nothing to you, bro. You lying. I'm calm as fuck. It's all on YouTube. And,
he's smaller than you?
Cop?
Yeah.
Yeah. He probably.
I'll bet that adrenaline hit him and he just
he probably
couldn't think straight.
Probably like an inch or 2 shorter than me. Yeah.
But I mean, like, you stockier than he is?
Nah, I was skinny back then. I was real
really?
skinny. This was a long time ago. I was real skinny. I was probably like 160 pounds, something like that. But yeah, like that shit is on camera. I had another situation where I'm no bullshit. I was on a movie set. And I had one of those airsoft guns or whatever. They have like the little orange balls shoot out them and shit. And somebody called the police and said that somebody had a gun over here. And I was like, when the police came up, I was standing by this car, and the gun at this point was in the back seat. And he was like, we gotta call somebody had a gun over here. I was like, no, it wasn't a real gun. It was that gun right there. Showed him in the car. He got the gun out, saw the little orange balls and saw that it was plastic and everything. It was like, I don't care. It's a firearm. I was like, what? As soon as I said that, this motherfucker picks me up, slammed me on the ground on concrete, arrested me for that shit. I was just like, dude, what?
Their job is to de-escalate, not escalate.
Right. And he came up calm. This is what fucked me up. If you think somebody got a gun up here, why are you coming up so calm?
Right. I'd have my gun drawn.
Right.
At that point.
Right. I'm like, dude, that wasn't a real gun. Like, we was done shooting. We was about to leave. And that's when they rode up like that. Oh, and then he took my gun and broke it and threw it in trash.
Someone pissed in his chair.
Yeah, that happened. What was another situation? Oh, this other situation. I actually got jumped in front of my aunt's daycare by these 2 guys. And
these aren't cops, you're saying?
No, these just 2 random dudes that I had beef with or whatever. And they jumped me in front of my aunt's daycare. I was coming out the daycare, and these two guys jumped me, and then just by like sheer luck, one of my friends was driving by, and he jumped out the car and helped me fight these dudes. So
that's a real dude right there.
Right. So we get the best of these 2 dudes, and while that's going on, this officer, I ain't gonna say his name because I just seen him the other day, but he's like an older cop now. He came and he tackled me. Mind you, I'm pounding this dude out, right? He tackles me, and in the process, I stood up and I was just like, oh shit, that's a cop. And when I stood up, I just started backing up with my hands up, right? And he talking shit. I'm like, bro, I ain't know you was a cop. No bullshit. And he's talking shit, blah, 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 blah. And there's a crowd of people around. And as I'm walking back, this motherfucker tases me.
I bet that crowd didn't help.
Right. This is probably about a minute after the whole tackle and stand up thing. So the whole time I'm just standing there. Out of nowhere, pop me in the chest, tase me, I drop. I'm like, bro, why you even do that? When we went back to the precinct, he was just like, I thought you was trying to get something out of your pocket. How? With my hands up.
How big was the crowd?
It was probably like 20 people.
And it was just him?
Yeah, it was just him.
Were they making noise?
No.
No.
They wasn't really making noise. They was looking at me because I was still arguing with one of the dudes that was standing over there.
But they weren't like, "Hey, he ain't doing nothing." Blah blah blah.
No.
Because when a bunch of people like that talk,
I don't remember if they were saying anything like that. But
because in that instance, and you're surrounded, like you're just trying to like one on one, like say me to you, I'm the cop,
right?
And we're surrounded.
Right. When this is going on, I'm like, dude, I'm the one that got jumped. This is how I'm telling the police. And then dudes start talking. I was like, shut your bitch ass up. I kept talking to him. And this motherfucker tased me. I was shocked. I'm like, shit, he tased me. What'd I do?
You won?
Pretty much. They jumped me, but I was like, this motherfucker, this is crazy. Anyway.
Man, it's been good chit chatting with you. We kept on going and going and going.
Yeah. We about 241. This is probably the longest podcast ever. Yeah, that's it. It's the Black Room Experience, man, and we out.